go.
Okay. Very nice. We're up and running.
I need to lurk.
All right. While the chat is getting started, if you're watching the VODs or you start these at the start when you show up and skip through the break, this week, Dallan is not feeling well and Fish got called in to do some casting for Sylph. So we're going to do a very small portion of this adventure tonight, and then we're going to cut back and have the players kind of talk through some of the things that they want to talk through with each other as more of a roleplay central game. The game will be a little shorter than normal if the players don't fill the whole time. We got pretty much that is the only thing planned. And also, I'm probably going to start things off with the ambush. We're going to have a resolve of that, and then we'll kick things back. Unfortunately, the roleplay is also going to be without our friend Torterra or with Vanvalor here. But yeah. I've got some new music for you. Who would like to do the recap this week?
I might be able to do it.
That's all right, Jodie. You did it last week. You can have a new person do it.
I guess I can do it. It's been a while.
I got my notes out here too now.
Oh, nice. I just have combat notes from the snow pairs.
All right.
All right, so last week we finished off the fight against the snow pairs. There were some snow creatures that gave us a bit of a problem. We didn't have the correct type of damage. Vanvalor spotted a flying creature that seemed to be spreading the aurora over the Icewind Dale area at night. And then we started heading deeper towards Torterra's crashed vessel or some sort of alert signal. We encountered a psychic barrier that scared away all of our dogs and animals and caused the psi crystal in his backpack to glow brightly. As we moved closer to the ship, it seemed to be a large nautiloid cephalopod type of ship with large tentacles that were slowly kind of wiggling about and maybe moving it along a little bit. And we had Mesh sneak forward and identified that there were these large worm-like creatures burrowing around in front of the ship, kind of acting as guardians. And as soon as they identified his presence, they Dune-style charged him and did the explode from the ground at his last known location. We set up an ambush for them and lured them away with a bear and a badger, and we were about to spring the trap.
Well done.
The badger's dead, by the way.
Huh?
So what is dead?
The badger.
Yeah.
It got one bit killed.
Oh
All
my
right.
gosh.
And with that, I can bring the players down here.
Get fidgeting. I don't know.
Do our calisthenics.
All right, Songs of Summer. Where are you positioned and what are you planning to do with this ambush?
Ooh, map.
There we are.
Breker would likely be holding a guiding bolt spell and then following it up by running in and smacking if he can, whatever is there.
These things here, these big things are the big
Snaky
bug
things.
thingies.
These are the snake
things.
things, yes.
Big
Next
things. Why is my roll 20 blank? Oh no, wait,
You
there's
have
some.
to zoom way
Bottom
out.
right.
Oh,
bottom right.
Okay, thanks.
I'll probably be up front.
Is this the one I wanted? Hang on, I gotta
Axe
figure
ready.
out which ones these are.
Here. Might be a bit too close though.
My impression is we're like off to the side, and the bear is running through our group, like luring them into the kill zone here. So I don't think we're supposed to be like directly in the path.
So yeah, you guys can
Yeah.
position yourself in a
Like,
U shape around
somewhere
this just for
here?
general purpose. We're not going to be using this map as a hard and fast rule. I would like everyone to roll initiative just in the off chance that we need them. And for those of you that are playing other characters for this combat, please tell me what those initiative scores are once you've opened their character sheet and rolled for them.
Okay.
Advantage gave me an 8.
It's
Are you checking the 8 itself, or is that what the dice was?
That's what the die is 7 plus 1.
Okay.
why did you have advantage?
All right. If you are not playing another
It's one of my
character, all of
abilities.
the initiative is on the screen, so please enter it yourself.
Okay.
Make sure you hit the enter key after typing it.
I rolled higher for Vanvalor than myself.
What did you get for Van?
Well, don't
21.
you can just swap the scores. I mean,
Wow. Torterra has a -1 on initiative. That's so sad.
What did he
why
get?
is he
What did
-1?
He loses a
probably
turn every
heavy.
turn.
What did he get?
He got a 4. Rolled a 5.
Cal, please enter your initiative.
Why does Torterra have a -1?
Because his dexterity is shite.
Oh,
He's a turtle.
oh yeah.
It makes no sense.
Can I get
The exact
control of
opposite.
Torterra, or will you do the movement?
I need to rejoin this as a GM, apparently. Okay, hold on a second. Something is...
Oh, imagine it doesn't play up.
It's grabbing the correct window now that I put it over there. God damn it. Okay.
For my first chocolate of the night
Nom nom.
First.
is have a nice day. Oh, I wish I would have opened one that says good luck right before this.
Okay. I would like you guys to keep in mind that you are probably at a minimum, or yeah, you would need to be at least 30 feet away in weight from a clearing that the bear would be in to be in some sort of hidden position. So you're either going to need to use some sort of ranged attack or spell, or I will allow you to take a turn running in to do something, but you will need to be at least 30 to 60 feet away in order to run in, just as kind of keeping your bearings for what your character needs. 30 feet should put most of you in within melee range if you want to run up, but just keep that in mind that you will have to run into the fray and you will not have a hiding place once you get out there.
So are we assuming the distance between us right now is 30 feet, or do we want to
Yes.
move further? Okay.
This
So we'll do way back here.
You will not need to
Right.
use the measurement tools. All right. So I'm going to order this. However, do not worry about the order. If you would like to take some time, just let me know when you want to take your turn and we'll just resolve it. Until everyone has had their turn, we can just use the order if you'd like, and then we'll run initiative as written here.
what am I supposed to do?
My guiding bolt gives the next person who attacks advantage. If anyone wants to, and I think Cari has one too. If we wanted to like coordinate a guiding bolt melee strategy.
I was actually planning on doing guiding bolt, so that would be great.
Okay, point to your targets and make the rolls.
Devii, you mind if I fire guiding bolt first then?
Go for it. Oh, yeah, we're not doing off initiative.
So say north or south, Goldy. Or Devii, sorry.
Oh, I'll do south. Since
Okay. Give me the attack rolls.
Wait, he's going first though, right?
Don't care,
I
just
got
need
a
the attack
13
rolls.
to hit.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You got a 13 to hit? That is a hit. Roll damage.
It is a fat 23 guiding bolt.
Wow, 23. And you hit the
Darn
south
it.
one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give it an A for advantage.
Breker would kind of roar out, "Fortier!" And then whoever's on the south side with me, I'd be like, "Strike now!"
I guess Cal could go first.
We're gonna resolve Devi's thing here first.
Alright.
17 to hit.
Damage?
And the damage, this is first level. The damage is 3 plus 3 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 points of radiant damage.
Please mark off the spell slots that you used.
Mm-hmm.
Breker, you got 23 damage? Did you use a second level
It
spell?
is. Yeah, it was second level, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 off max.
Wow.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
okay. Alrighty. That's 2 of you.
I know what Van's gonna do, but he can wait for people.
Rob, can I rage in this situation, or is it just like a flat attack?
Treat this like a normal turn.
If it's an attack action, that means we should probably not have Van
good.
go because his is like a more spell
the
casting,
worst
so
of
more of the
those
stabby people
connection.
should be second to hit.
So you
Okay,
can treat this
I'll-
as an attack action. Or a normal round, sorry.
I'll crossbow probably the north one.
No, not until someone else more martial hits it, probably.
I get advantage on the crossbow as well, I think.
It's only one attack, though. It's not an entire round. So someone, like, probably Chalcedony and...
Oh, you mean multi-attack. Okay,
should
I get
use
you.
the advantage up.
Yeah, Cal
Uh,
and
So
I was
I
wondering, sorry, go,
Wait,
go,
do
go.
you get multi-attacks
I'm sorry.
advantage or is it just
I
the first
can't.
attack?
Sorry, can I just say something? I don't know what's going on right now because I can see hardly anything on my screen, so I'm not entirely sure what is everyone is hitting.
Can you see your character?
Yes.
Okay, then you can see the same amount that everyone else can see.
Oh, dark vision issue might be.
No, I have global lighting enabled.
yeah, we can't see a lot either. It's just a small portion.
Meant to be dark.
There's only
Okay, so then can everyone explain to me what you're hitting right now, please?
yeah. So see the one. There's a big baddie to the right up here, and then a big baddie to the south.
One over here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
myself and Breker have both attacked both of these guys with a special attack that will give the next attacker advantage on their attack. So we're saying you and Goldy should go next, and one of you should attack the north, and one of you should attack the south. But it's
I'll
the
get the
next
one
attack,
north.
so what Mesh was asking is multi-attack wouldn't work because it would only be advantage on your first.
Right.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
Do you want to go first, Jodie?
And say which north or south.
From my position, I could only do a ranged attack.
That's what I'm saying, is that you have a regular round, so you can treat this like movement, action, bonus action.
Yeah, you can
It's
move.
not that you can't move.
Okay, that's good.
Said that
So I
multiple
can
times
move.
now, so just keep that in mind. You guys can do whatever you want this turn. It's your ambush. So their action was basically used to chase the bear, and they're not aware that you're here because you use the pass without a trace spell.
Okay, I'm sorry I missed what you said in
That's
the
all
beginning.
good. That's all good.
Okay, if I can. Right, this is the. Hang on, I'm using the wrong thing. Okay, so this is not an enemy. This is like the polar bear.
Bear
or
is
something,
that is Chef's minion. Yeah.
right? Okay. I wonder if I should do a regular attack on the northern. This one. Sorry, 1 second. I'm not quite prepared.
Well, then we can let you take a few more seconds if you want to go to somebody else. This is not a
Hey, Goldy
standard
can go
turn
next.
order.
Yeah. Okay. Take.
You want to do that?
Goldie can go. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna rage up, and I am going to throw a javelin at the south one because I think everyone's probably hit the north one at this point. And oops, excuse me. This is a bit of advantage, so roll.
So you're gonna need to get out into the clearing if you're gonna throw a javelin, or if you're gonna go with a melee range, because the javelin needs to be about 20 feet away to hit it. That's what those range things are indicating on this.
I'm 30 feet away. Is that still okay?
We're using Theater of the Mind mixed with this layout, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Like, it's not actual.
Okay.
Like, you can actually move around. Like, if I move you here, I'm just gonna say that you're not within melee, but you're within the range of throwing something. You can get all the way to here if you want, or you could say that you're on the other side. I don't really care. This is all where you envision that you would want to be.
Okay, that's fine then.
Important, you could get into melee range to do an attack, right?
Correct. You can move all the way within melee range. Everyone would be around 30 feet away is where the clearing's at.
Okay. I've got 23 on my javelin.
I just
Okay, roll
imagine
damage.
you.
Did you roll with advantage?
Yes, I did.
Okay. If you're using this with rage, the rage does not do damage bonus. You do not get the bonus damage for rage because you're at range.
Okay, that's right. Okay, it's 8.
8 damage.
Okay. Yeah.
You just like rear behind a bush and you go, no!
Yes, I'm
I wish you would have ran in, because then you could have been like leaped out from the bush and been like,
Okay, what else are you doing?
I can't attack a second time, can I?
I don't know. Can you?
It's normal rounds, right?
I got to attack
Normal round.
to action. Okay, to hell with it. Right, I'm just gonna run at him with my great axe.
Okay.
Are you attacking the north one or the south one?
It's the south one.
No more advantage, by the way.
This is standard unless you want a reckless.
Oh, sorry. Let me try that again then.
If you wanted a reckless, you can take the advantage.
I got another 19. I'm fine.
Okay.
So good.
Give me the damage on the axe. You can add your rage damage this time.
Oops. It is 17.
Okay. What does this round of combat look like for you?
In the darkness, I see whiffs of light around, wailing screams. After I throw my javelin, I can hear the piercing noise towards the southern area of this corridor, and I realize I must end this disgusting wail. So I charge up, I jump up above the polar bear, and I slash right down to where I hear this noise. I feel the flesh tore asunder.
You
can hear the cracking of a carapace, like you're cutting into a large crab, just and this viscera just scatter across the snow as this creature just clatters.
There is no flesh, but I have broke something, so it's good enough.
Do you just stand up above it with your one foot on above it?
Goldy doesn't really have a good look at this thing, but you can see that the eyes are kind of catching the moonlight and flashing in anger as these large tentacles around the kind of mouth area start to flail and wave towards your direction.
You're trying to do this to me. Oh.
Does it make a noise?
Then that will be those 3. Let's do Mesh next.
Okay.
I say flesh. I knew they were not fleshy.
I get sneak attack because I have advantage on the first one. So I'll do a crossbow on the north one. Am I in range to run to the south one as south one also?
Sorry, I should probably get some combat music. 1 second. Here we go. Okay, what's that?
Am I in range to run to the south one and shoot the north one?
Yeah, wherever you want to be, Mesh.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a crossbow to the north one, and that's 15 plus.
That's a hit.
Okay, damage is D8. And how many d6s for sneak? 4d6 for sneak.
Sneak, sneak.
Oh, that's pretty good. 16.
Technically,
and another
Devii
6.
and Breker also would have advantage. Actually, all the attacks, I believe, are advantage if you're surprising them,
Because,
right?
yeah,
On the first
surprise,
attack.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So all of your first attacks would be at advantage anyways.
That's 16 plus 6, 22 damage on the first one. And I'm running up to the south one. And do I get Blackie's advantage for the south one?
Does he move before you?
Good point. But this is a sneak round, a surprise round. So up to you to make that call.
Well, if he gave you advantage, it would only be on the first attack, not the second.
Surprise.
It's been a while since we had this track.
He can only give you advantage on the first attack, even if he went
Don't
first.
remember it.
Right. Yeah, because your second attack is my bonus action attack. Yes.
Also, if you're not wielding a light crossbow, if you're using a normal one that's not light, you can't attack with your offhand.
Yeah, I know. This is my light one.
Yeah, just letting you know.
Alright,
Alright,
so
make an
second
attack roll.
attack is normal. Second attack is normal. Oh, that's good. 19 plus 7, 26.
Okay, just remember it's just the D4 damage. It's not the dexterity bonus because you're not a dual wielder.
Yeah, it's a d6. It's not d4.
Why is it a D6? Are you using a short sword?
Yeah.
Okay,
If I'm getting close range, it's a short sword usually.
got it. Got it.
That's 3.
That is exactly what you needed. How would you like to kill the large centipede?
Let me take a look at what it looks like again.
That's
kind of
combat
mixed
over,
with-
right?
No, he's only killed
The
one.
south one. The
That's
south one is dead.
Okay.
I'll just like chop
Oh,
off its leg and it's just like, ha!
So
you
like
shoved me out the way.
Stab through his knee type thing and it's just like,
you end up
Then you
finding
get it.
one of the legs cuts as you use that leg to pierce it. You just jettison the short sword in almost a pinpoint accuracy. You seem to have found that you can take through the carapace and the leg itself to ride the inners, the soft interior, all the way to what you think has pierced a vital organ, and you can see the target almost seizing with shock as the inside of the legs start to curl and the target writhes in agony and seizes up like a small spider dying to hairspray.
So sad. You're gross.
Chalcedony, you're up.
The movie or the product?
Where's the picture? I'm looking in the handouts. Or the
Whoa.
I'm looking in Roll20. Where's the picture again?
It's on the screen.
On the screen.
The token is what the creature is.
Oh, I can't see it.
What do you mean you can't see it?
It's like completely. It's grey. Unless I move my character next to
You
it.
can
I
move next
see
to it if you'd like to move next to it.
to it. Check the Twitch. You can see it there.
I just moved you closer to it.
Okay, well now I can see it because the lights are turned on.
Well, that's because someone had moved the torch over there.
Right, well, okay. I couldn't see before, now I can. Alright, so one is dead. Alright, so I'm crouching and move closer to the creature, and then I see I realize that it's that my ranged weapon's not gonna work. I was thinking about doing that, but it's not gonna work. It's gonna require some hands-on combat. So I'm going to just take an sorry. I'm going to take a attack with my scimitars. Just a regular attack. Oh wait, hold up, I hit the wrong thing. Never mind. Sorry.
I That's a
Okay,
hit.
so that,
We'll just take your damage from above there if that's all right with you, since you already rolled it.
yeah.
Okay, that's your first attack.
So yeah, that's
We're gonna
what
scimitar
I
to
was
cut
saying.
some pieces out of the carapace. It starts bleeding profusely.
So there's a hole. Okay. So with that, I very quickly, with my second scimitar to do another attack, to try and attack.
Okay,
This time it's a 14.
that's a hit. Roll damage.
Wow. And I got a 9. That's a
Okay.
9.
You slice off what it looks like it's trying to defend itself, and you end up just chopping off like a row of legs. Just
Ah!
once.
Like,
And the interesting thing is your swing seems to have done a lot of damage, even though it physically doesn't look like you've hit anything. It's almost like you're just removing its ability to get away at this point.
wow. Okay, so it's perhaps somewhat incapacitated, and so seeing that I've managed to impede its ability to escape, I'm going to take that opportunity to do an action surge and do another attack.
Well, just to be clear, you haven't used your bonus action yet.
My bonus action. Well, I did 2 attack. My bonus action. Okay.
You have 2.
Yeah,
up
now
and
that you're
fight?
level 5+, you should be able to attack 3 times with your bonus action. The third time would be your bonus action, not the second, though.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a dummy. All right. Well, ignore what I just said.
You're just gonna attack him again. I got it. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what I got here. I can't see on my screen. I got 16.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Oh, what is that? Okay, I thought that was a 9. That was a 6. Okay, 11 total.
How do you want to do this, Cal?
I changed to a fancy die, and it's not clear about the 6 and 9. Right, okay. So the thing is kind of like almost tilted over to the side because I cut off the legs, and then I slash again in the same place and decide I'm just gonna cut off more legs. You know, you know, like when you fight a fucking guardian in Breath of the Wild, and you just like, and you're super strong, Link, and you can just cut off the legs, right? I'm just cutting off these.
Just mentally like, all right, let's make this thing symmetrical and just cut off the other side.
Just cut off the upper legs.
So I think
I'm just like,
narratively, what could happen here is that you run in, you slash up to get this thing to kind of reel and kind of use its legs to kind of just defend itself, and then use some of the upper ones to kind of look intimidating, to kind of hiss at you, almost like it's cornered and looks like it wants to grab you. And then you just flick the blood off of one of your weapons, and drawing the other, you just do a little flourish and go and deleg this thing, and it just goes
that's so mean.
and falls backwards, dead.
Yeah.
It got these legs. Yeah.
Vanvalor goes. For his action.
Yeah.
And we are out of
now,
combat.
D-legs. I'd like to imagine that when these things die, they curl up. They curl up like
100%.
when like an insect or something dies. Yeah.
Rob, to clarify, I think Devii and Breker should have got an advantage on their spell attacks.
They already hit, so I
We did,
didn't
but
retcon anything.
Yeah. They could have gotten a critical, to be fair.
That would have been awesome.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't the polar bear look like he's got a fancy nose with torches?
Yeah, it looks like he's like, instead of Rudolph, he's a gold-nosed polar bear.
After Cal kills the second one, though, I'd want to like knuckle touch Devii.
I'll just look at you and be like, yeah.
Now that you guys are much
Like,
closer to these, you can get a
blow the
much better look at them too.
You know, like
Touching.
Okay, now you're going overboard a little.
You killed the creatures. It wasn't you two. I'm doing her.
We started it.
And let's see here. If I can, I'm gonna try to get you guys the handout here.
Yeah, that was
Just gonna rub my foot on the ground from slime that was on my leg.
So I'll give you the handout again.
You all suck. Except for the middle one, we haven't fought him yet.
So as you guys are getting a better look at these things, the kind of bodies of them look to be much more almost like the ice and snow has begun to crystallize to their carapaces. These otherworldly looking creatures have just insanely long tentacle pieces that extend from their chins, and there's not one or two, there seems to be about 6 or 7 of them. And the antenna look to be a way that they were able to locate certain things, and their feet look to have those kind of things that you would see on a microscope in modern day, where they have these very small hair-like things that can just attach to things very easily. And the very tips of them also seem to have already begun to evolve to the environment and began to show that they can tunnel using the snow and the shovel-like natures of their legs. So they've adapted very quickly to their circumstances here. And the only thing left is that these creatures begin to smell like death. And I don't mean that in a kind of traditional sense, but it smells as if you had just opened a casket.
I hope that's not some sort of thing where like other
Guys,
ones
maybe
of
you
them
need to
will
back
come.
up from there. It smells kind of rank over there.
Have you heard like there's certain bugs that when you kill them they give off like a smell and then their same kind come to them? I hope that's not what this is.
Oh, maybe they eat corpses.
Oh.
They eat
Maybe.
dead flesh.
I mean, I have no idea about these things, so.
Looking at their
We'll find out.
looking at their mouths, does it seem like they have any kind of like secretion type thing?
Are you getting in there and checking it out, or are you just looking? Like using your hands and trying to pull things. Even I'm muted.
You're muted.
Honey, you're muted.
Am I muted now?
No,
No.
you're good.
No.
Oh, weird. I must have bumped my keyboard. Are you just looking, or are you getting your hands and knees into there and checking it out?
Oh no.
Could I use Mage Hand for that?
I mean, if you're trying to check for some secretions, it's going to be pretty touch-based. It's not going to be helpful to have the mage hand necessarily do it for you, unless you want to, like, break something off with a mage hand and then bring it, like, right here, you know, so you can look at it. It's up to you.
Sure, why not? I'll get close.
Okay, so you're specifically checking the teeth, right?
Teeth, any kind of stinger type thing if they have something somewhere.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Remember the statue.
Investigation
What
plus
do you
7, so
That's good.
15.
One that cursed us.
15. You don't find any stingers. It seems like the back end is
Okay.
very similar to a centipede, where the last 2 tentacles that are back there are actually like stabilizers to help them climb or maybe turn. Just almost like, think of this as like millipede, like rudders, essentially. That's what millipedes have. It's something also sensory for them to kind of keep in mind if they run over something and then something changes from behind them, they realize that they've walked over something that's alive, that type of a deal, right? Kind of like we can feel when we walk on something and then the consistency changes with our feet. The teeth, however, look to be like fangs. Very, very sharp razor blade-like, and they have a whole row that goes very far back in the mouth. And there are some front fangs that look to be very good at biting things, but doesn't seem to be any secretions coming off of the teeth at all besides what you can only guess is blood and spittle mixed, because this thing is dead. And the smell is just painful, like just ugh. It just makes you feel sick. It's like you walked into for lack of a better phrase, it's like if you were able to walk into an area where there's bodies being held and it's cold. It's not cold. There's no formaldehyde, there's no chemicals. It's just old and warm. Even though it's cold, that's the only thing kind of staving off this smell is the cold. But you're also, now that you guys are all around here and have been here for a couple of minutes, that Mesh is kind of inspecting, the smell isn't coming from the creature's death.
It's from their insides.
From us poking them, the smell.
I would also like to add that if everyone had went near them, Breker would have walked away from this death-smelling thing. I avoid the undead and death-like things. So they're all close, and Breker's just like, you guys are weird.
I will be standing next to you for a different reason. This stinks.
I'm only close because I was like, I killed one, so I'm still like standing there while everyone else walks up and it starts to pong.
Probably a good idea if we just leave, because
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Mesh, you are checking the teeth specifically. You would notice that there's not
get back here.
anything in the teeth. Nothing between them. It's almost as if these things haven't been
They brush
eating
every
at all.
day.
These things have
Haven't
not
what?
eaten anything recently.
Oh, their own bodies were decaying.
Yeah. Maybe they're eating themselves, like from the inside. Like there's some animals that can do
Maybe they
that.
don't eat at all. Maybe they're like half undead or something.
Do we need to figure out the details of these things, or can we continue on?
No, we can just take
It's
a
okay.
peek.
I'm just gonna go stand over there if that's the case.
If you really wanted to, you could take a piece of the carapace to look at in better light, but I don't know that we need to do that.
And I'd kind of Mesh, I can't, or Meshadieme, I can't tell if they're undead anymore, because they're definitely dead now.
True.
By the way, is the polar bear okay?
I didn't have any damage written down for him, so I think he's full health here.
Okay, just hope he's
He
not
never got
starved or anything.
They never even got to attack us.
Good. R.I.P. Pajo. Right, perhaps we should get going then. Smell is getting a bit pungently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I can stand for now.
I can't stand no more.
Prestidigitation is not helping this at all.
Michelle, I love the fact that you're eating.
Yeah, this is actually a very interesting conundrum for Cari specifically, not for Devii, but because this is one of your grosser things that you don't want to smell, but also it's
Yeah.
really cold, and so you don't want to feel the cold as well. So I thought that was
Yep.
really an odd dichotomy. Your prestidigitation is only going to get you one of those boxes checked.
So it smells.
Well, no, I have the vision of like, someone told me the story of how they knew someone that when they were dissecting frogs in science class, they thought the smell was really bad, so they sprayed perfume on the frog, and it just made the whole thing smell worse. So that's kind of how I'm imagining it. Is like you can't cover up an odor with another odor. Like you need
Yeah,
deodorizer.
They yeah.
If it smells that bad.
Weird
I've got-
combination.
I have a question. Where's the big like ship-like one? Is it really far from where we are now?
This
Indeed,
fin
we
here
must-
is the ship.
The last.
That's. I can't. What there?
That's the
I can't
ship.
see the ship either.
I
Because
saw
I blacked it
I
out.
see a thin line.
That's because I blacked it out.
That's
Well,
the
I'm just
fin.
using
The thin
theater as
line
a
is the
mind,
fin,
yeah.
Oh.
the back fin of the thing. Rob,
Oh.
I'm gonna stay a bit away, but I'm gonna use Mage Hand to like make a little like actually Jodie probably did do a cut. Is there any blood coming out from the cut Jodie did?
Yeah, most of the blood is already frozen because it is like minus 40, but it's black. It's very sticky, so it freezes very odd. And the interesting thing about the blood here is that just in general, their blood doesn't seem to have a lot of water content in it, which is a bit odd to you. But the blood is like black and has a lot of like almost bits in it, and the bits themselves take a little bit longer to get past congealing to being frozen, but it's like relatively instant besides that. And it's slightly snowing, so the snow's mixing with it very quickly.
If Blackie would have done like a smell check, would the source of the stench be the blood maybe?
You can make a
If you make him do a spell
perception check with the minion's stats.
I'm just thinking he's gonna give you the dirtiest look if you make him do a smell check.
And you do not get advantage for this at all. This
Yeah.
is just his stuff.
Natural 20.
Wow. That's amazing.
So he can communicate with you, but you can see that you're getting some feelings
I
that
get natural 20s for the weirdest things.
it's kind of like telling you it might have to do with what they are. Like this thing is just a thing of death.
It's just the general body, not the blood that might be coming.
Yeah. So the feeling and emotions you get is that there doesn't seem to be any connection with anything. It's just this thing.
Okay.
Just how it is.
Ting.
With a natural 20 though, it's getting some unease from the tentacles on the face. Kind of like giving you the nudge, is just like, don't mess with those. And you can look at them yourself, Mesh, and there seems to be some form of glands, very, very small on them, that don't seem to be freezing. They look like they're just wet.
Would this be a poisoner's kit attempt to figure something out?
Are you proficient in the
maybe-
poisoner's kit?
No.
I mean, you can make a poisoner kit roll, which is basically straight in intelligence. D20 plus N.
I have a mate.
It will take time because you have to use the poisoner's kit itself, and you have to extract it if you're gonna try to take anything from this thing.
In that case, Devii will grumpily go back into the bush to get out of the wind and
Continue holding her nose.
Come on, good roll.
Is it working?
19. 19 plus 1,
Oh.
20.
But thank you.
So you can deduce with the poisoner's kit that this is indeed some form of poison. Even with a 20, without the experience or the know-how of using the kit, you can't really deduce if something, what it will do. It's a very, very difficult thing to do without proficiency. You don't really, it's kind of like you're doing a science fair project with very, very nice tools rather than a professional taking like an alchemy kit that knows exactly what they're doing. That's the difference. So you're able to understand some of the kit and how it works. You can extract things safely. You don't injure yourself. You don't subject yourself to the poison at all. You're able to accurately identify that it is poison, and potentially I'll say you have a small enough sample to get like a dose of it. But you're not going to be able to coat a lot of weapons with it. I'd say maybe like 2 to 5 bolts of your crossbow, maybe. You're not quite sure the potency level at this stage because of the freezing cold. You're not sure if it's going to stick around in the conditions. It's not a magical product, you know that for sure. Most poisons aren't. But you're gonna have to figure something out with that. I would say that it's also, it doesn't seem like it's oh, you can figure out the type of poison. So this is what would be referred to as a contact poison. So it's potent to touch, not to ingestion, not to the bloodstream. It's just if it touches you, it's a problem. So it's a good thing that, you know, you both rolled very, very high, because if you would have touched this would have been a very big problem for you.
Plus side, I should have done something with Torterra, but never mind. I got a good roll anyway.
I will tell you that Torterra, if you're watching the VOD, Fish, you would recognize these two things. Now that you're up close to them, almost gets a flash of memory. And all you hear from Torterra is he's like, these are the collectors.
Collectors?
Mm-hmm.
What are they collecting?
He takes a hand and gestures to all of you.
They're just collecting people. Oh my god.
Rob, did I collect from both the bodies or just the one?
You tell me.
Mm,
You want to collect from the other one?
yeah.
Make another roll.
This time I'm just like.
This is how Mesh dies after combat.
This time I'm having a conversation with Torterra, and he's gonna cast Enhance Ability with Fox's Cunning.
This
That
is the
should give me
intelligence.
advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, intelligence one. That should give me advantage on this.
Well, the intelligence from before is to figure out what it is. To harvest, it's a dexterity check. So do you want to retcon that to be dexterity based? I gave you a little bit for using your intelligence, and you're gonna basically harvest things to figure it out. But then if you want to harvest things for the sake of using it, that's a separate thing with dexterity, because now you have the knowledge of what it is.
So I should make a second.
You can have him use enhance ability on your dexterity, and then you can use
non-proficient.
Yes, it's just plus dex.
Check. Yeah.
So you can go at the top of your character sheet if you guys are interested in these type of things for the character sheet. If I say just make a dex check, that means you go to the top of the sheet and just click the dexterity button. It'll roll that and give you your dexterity modifier in that case.
23.
All right, roll me a d6.
6.
That is exactly how many bolts you can dip into one potion if you want to put them on bolts. You also will know that this will not hold very long and will not be very good for weapons. Outside of ranged weapons, this is going to be very good for that. Mainly because it is a contact thing. It does much better versus, it does much better with bludgeoning weapons or with like ranged weapons that can like stick and hold.
Stick and hold, okay.
Because slashing weapons and piercing weapons are very much like in and out or across. And bludgeoning weapons can like hit and hold, or the ranged weapons can go and like stick. So they can hold the poison on the target.
Gotcha.
So it's not that you can't try and use it on a weapon. It's just that it'll be a lot harder to apply the poison. But
So
just some dynamic poison stuff for you here. There you go.
That I'm gonna write down. Do I write down 2 vials or 1 vial?
I'll say you can write down 2. That's fine.
2.
And I will also say that your rolls have been so good that you can figure out what these things are called. Based off of the poison, these things are called carrion crawlers.
Carrion crawlers?
Can I ask how he figured that out?
He rolled a very high intelligence check twice. once
Okay.
on identifying where the teeth were and what was going on in the mouth and the anatomy of the creature, and the other one was to identify what the poison was. Those two things would, and then you guys have been exposed to the smell, so now he's been able to identify a lot of information about the creature. He can identify, you know,
I
that's what it is.
suppose.
Does Mesh
It's a
relay that
doppelganger.
information to us?
Yeah,
Since he's a doppelganger, I can.
I
totally
think
see
maybe
him knowing
fish would say what it is. Makes
Sure,
more sense.
sure.
See,
So,
that's what I was getting
are we
at. Like,
on
how did he figure out the
roller?
name of our otherworldly beast? Like,
Well, the thing is,
think
like,
that
once
he
Mesh
just
is
is a
able to figure
doppelganger.
out the name of these things are like, let me put it this way. When Fish tells you what they are, Mesh, it kind of like, because you've been able to tell him what it is, it's like triggering the memories. He's like, I remember seeing a label on these things. They were in a cage. And he knows what they're called. But then, Mesh, you are used to the underbelly. That's where these things would be. They are literally just scavengers in the material world. These are different. There's something wrong with them. They haven't eaten in forever, and these are scavengers. Something was done to these things to operate in an intelligent manner. They're working together. Traditionally, carrion crawlers works alone, like rats. Sometimes they'll work in packs if they're very, very hungry, but when it comes down to it, scavengers always fight over the food. It's like a pack of vultures, right? One vulture wants it. They'll fight together to survive, but your guess is that there's no reason for them to be coordinating efforts and searching around something in a pattern that you just observed. That's very, very, very out of character for these things.
I guess that makes sense because I remember
Need to note down.
Tara
stuff
telling
on
us
there.
before that they had I believe Tara, you said something about, I know he can't answer back, but something about them messing with you or with things. Kind of gross.
I think
It's also
Torterra were
like
just saying,
memory
well,
issues.
they're gone now.
So
What's our next step?
Mesh, if you're quite done playing with it with the blood, shall we get going? We can't stand anymore.
Oh, me neither.
Don't you
I've been holding my breath for like a minute.
If we, okay.
I guess my question is, I don't know where to go next because I know that we can't explore the whole thing without fish, but can we
Right.
enter the place this week?
This is what I was kind of
Is that okay?
say, like, what do we do? Because, like,
Yeah.
You haven't gotten to the ship
Like-
yet.
Then
the
I
next
guess
bit would be to go to the ship, right? And we
Mhm.
can't
How
do that.
how about we keep pushing forward until we're told not to?
that sounds fine.
Yeah, you guys can keep playing until I'll
Just
kick
gonna
you out,
side-
basically, to roleplay mode.
We get to be continued mode. I'm just gonna sidestep all this mess and just go over here.
Okay.
Are we going? Please tell me we're
yeah.
going.
Yeah, we're going.
Do I take the lead again?
Sure.
I mean, does someone canonically have a torch on them?
Can we see the door? Is it all
Um,
blocked out?
if
I
you
can't
I
see
have,
the entrance
I
is
have,
this way.
I have a torch because I don't have a dark vision.
It's just that do we want? Is there anything else around here that I could
I
potentially?
want to make the
attack
torch
us?
really big so you can just grab it easier, Cal.
Okay.
Can't see a door, but I see tentacles.
Okay,
long-
That
so
doesn't.
you guys can
okay,
move-
I'm backing up. No tentacles.
moved
No,
my
no,
cat.
no, no, no,
How
no,
did I
no,
do
no,
that?
no, 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 no.
So
no,
stop
no.
moving.
No.
Jeez.
Sorry.
All right, so if you guys want to move somewhere,
Yeah.
you can tell me north or south.
How do I pick up torches?
North is the mountain, right?
You need to grab
said,
it
so we
from the
can't-
journal.
I think my problem here is
Oh.
that because of the lighting, I don't know where the entrance to the ship is.
That's right. You still don't know where the entrance of the ship is.
Okay.
But you know that you're on the back side of it.
Okay.
If it's
You
a
said
giant
You can use the
shell,
image in your journals as a reference.
How do I move?
If it's
Is
a
passed
giant
without a
shell, the
trace.
entrance will be at the where all the tentacles are coming out of it. So on the
Yeah.
far side from here.
Is pass without a trace still on? I think it's
I
been
have
still
my
an
own
hour.
giant torch
Is
over.
concentration. Did he cast another he
Here,
just
Cal,
attacked,
try
so
and
he
put
should
it
be
back on there
fine.
one more time.
Yeah.
Can you still use
what
it?
about the one
Is that the one you're moving?
I'm moving it, but there's no light coming off of it. Oh, do I have to put another one on?
Here. I'll delete that one.
Okay, I put another one on, but it's there, but it has no light.
All right, one sec.
I can't find where. There we go. Never mind.
Right
No,
away.
wait,
that's not it.
Okay, we don't have pass without a trace anymore. Enhance ability is also concentration.
I can't believe how strong that smell is. We can still smell it from here. Ugh.
I can't find where that photo
Chef,
is.
can you
in the
Google
journal.
torch for me, or like add a torch to your inventory and tell me what the light says?
Oh, it's just
It is 20/40. 20
Okay, so 2020.
dim,
Got it.
20, 20 bright, 20 dim.
Excellent, thank you. All right, Jodie.
Like 20.
I'm gonna delete that one, and I'm gonna see if you can drag it out if it'll work this time. Okay?
Another one. Okay.
Yeah, because I just changed the token, so it should work. Last test. Go for it.
Okay, I put it down on the screen, but there's no light coming off of it.
I can't see the light either.
Okay, so then you need to refresh, because I
Okay.
did fix that.
Okay.
On a separate note, no one walk into the light. Not now. Not yet.
Don't go to the light.
Ooh, remain.
Ooh, bright light.
Don't do that.
Oh wait, hold up. It's
I can't help it. It's so
I know.
beautiful.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm glad you.
I know the exact joke you were making.
To add a bit of flavor to this too, while we're figuring out the light situation, in any situation where we don't need a fire-based torch, Breker would be trying to help people like make like random rings and jewelry. I have a light cantrip that I can just cast on stuff, so I'm reading like a little verse of tear and then like touching stuff and making it glow for you, and then
something's lit up, but it's not the torch.
Yes, it is. It's the one that I made.
I have a torch here
Alternatively,
that I can
Okay,
move.
so
I'll
when
go and
I
delete
drag it on, it works, and when you drag it on, it doesn't work. Did you refresh your roll 20?
Yeah, I refreshed the whole thing.
When I drag it on, it works too.
Your
Oh,
one was.
I can
Significantly
control it.
smaller, but it works.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Oh, can I have that one? Can I
I
have
think we
this?
can all control that.
You should all be able to
No.
control this.
Can I have it?
yep, I
Mine. No,
can.
it's mine.
Can I have it?
By all means.
You can grab it.
By all means.
I can make as many light rocks as we need.
No, but that's mine.
Literally don't give a fuck who controls it.
Can we just put it over here?
North or
No,
south?
no.
Please
No,
stop
no,
trolling
I-
Jodie.
Stands up and grabs a torch in his mouth. runs
No, but
away.
I can't stay without the
there's two.
torch.
As Blackie runs away, I just like grab another pebble from the ground and say, "Tyr, bless and keep this rock safe and light," and hand it to Joey. I've created like 6 torches now and handed them all to
I
Joey.
literally can see in the dark, and I cannot. Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
So one for
Jodie,
each
you're now
hoof.
holding a light, and I'm literally gonna pick up another pebble and be like, the light bless, the tears blight bless and keep you, and hand you another light pebble.
No, I'm just gonna give you a snarky look.
Why don't you like tie it to your forehead so you won't lose it?
With what, Devii? Are you gonna improvise something for me?
No, I figured you had some
Breker will go
It was a
over
joke.
and-
Never mind.
Cal, are you wearing a hat? I'm gonna touch your hat and be like, tear bless and keep this light on this hat.
Cal,
Am I wearing a hat?
We could do glow in the dark paint.
I only have that hat of disguise.
Oh, that
Guys,
works.
hold on.
Devi, I had an
Are we
idea.
not
What?
Your
supposed to be
ink,
safe?
your tattoo ink.
Hmm.
Put light on that. Our tattoos will glow.
That would look really cool. It'd only be temporary, but it'd still look
Yeah.
cool.
Guys, are we not trying to protect ourselves? Remain incognito, so you know.
Yeah,
think
I
we
would,
are.
I would need something I could discard, so the torch is quite useful because I can just put it out instantly.
Rob, pass it out.
You're not
Trace
gonna
is
thank
gone.
Breker for the pebble he gave you?
The sixth
Actually,
one.
the biggest question I'm asking is how did you find that pebble with all the snow?
He's quick as
I grabbed a BB from Mesh. He's still got a ton of them, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Mesh, please mark off one ball bearing.
Yeah.
Well, that means it's a prettier.
I'm out.
I wasn't.
Now-
999 ball bearings to go.
All right, let's go inside this ship.
North
We don't have
or
pass
south.
it out a trace.
Can I go west? That's forward.
You need to approach from the north side or the south side to go around it. You will still go west because you have to.
South.
Rob, north is the mountain you said, so there's no actual path on the north.
Yes, there is. You can go either way because the carry-on crawlers came from both sides of the ship last week.
I have begun going south.
Okay.
It is
It's just
not
we-
good to leave me
we
alone in
can't
front,
see-
so please join me.
We can't see that on this.
How
on this
about
map.
we divide up into two teams?
I'll walk in front of everybody. Stay
Last time
5
we
feet
divided
behind.
up into two teams, it didn't go very well.
We lost
And
them.
Cari's so annoyed she left.
Stay 5 or 10 feet behind me, guys.
You
Alright,
can do a
fine,
pop
just-
out.
As we
Let's
get
just do this.
closer to this creature,
Make a pop out.
can I like
Yeah.
start?
Bottom right corner. Left one.
Bottom right corner.
Now you can use Discord and have the pop out active. It's separate
Bottom
place.
right corner. Bottom right.
So you can like talk to people in there, and then you don't have to
Mhm.
kick your chat out.
It look. Wait, when I get kicked, I can still have it. What?
No, you can use the chat in Discord over on the right.
Oh,
And then
it's
you
not
can have-
causing me a problem. That has nothing to do with the fact that I just
When
got
you
kicked from
type
Discord.
in Discord, if you want to
Uh-huh.
send a message to somebody,
Uh-huh.
it minimizes all of your video
don't
cameras.
mind. I know that.
I know. I'm just saying, like, you can have it so that it doesn't require you to go back and forth. You can just like
Yeah.
keep the window up.
I mean, I
Just a
like it
pop
how
out?
it does. It's just smaller.
Never
Yeah, I
mind.
usually use the pop out actually.
Okay. So you guys are going south. Wonderful.
Stealthing ahead of everybody.
South, yeah.
Okay.
And if I know Mesh is ahead, I'd kind of just keep an eye out for our trademarked signal danger. But I'd be trying to like touch and feel this ship, looking for openings or anything on it.
What is our danger signal?
Yeah, we,
bird signals.
It's
like
quack.
bird whistles.
Quack.
no, not quack. Why would we be quacking? maybe a hand gesture then.
My signal would probably be Blackie's tail wags are different.
Yeah.
You could probably see him.
How about just like a standard fist like this?
Yeah, like. Alt.
Well,
Well, that would
Sometimes
normally
you
mean
use your
like
hand.
follow. Wouldn't that mean like follow you?
Follows like this is follow.
Or what? Doesn't it mean like everything's okay or sort of?
This is follow, this is stop.
Like,
This is
Oh.
go that way, split
Oh.
up.
Yep.
How do you know all these military gestures?
It's
This
not
is-
necessarily. It's just like you see it in movies all the time. Where they're like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
These-
So
these
it's
are
just
too right.
all the time. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of like, but yeah, we can use those gestures. I mean, we're trying to be as stealthy as possible, right? Because we don't know, if there's enemies inside. We don't know what dangers. We don't know, there could even be traps or something. So we've got to be really careful.
All right then. Let's
One of the
proceed
things I'm
forward.
trying to assess by like touching the shell, Rob, is could I hammer my way through it? Could we make our own door?
That would be very noisy and attention drawing.
Well, in our stealth mode here, I'm like
do shatter.
taking out a knife and just like scratching it to see how durable it is.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
Probably is doable, at least as a wooden ship, I would have thought. But let's have a look.
Before you actually do that, are we sure that won't alert anything? Like, we don't know how functional the ship is. I don't want to suddenly activate and alert whoever the hell is inside, if there is one inside.
Well, we can't be sure that any of our actions are going to alert someone.
it's true.
But
I do
mean,
feel I love the idea of breaking in through the side, but I also think that's a terrible idea.
yeah, because
I am assessing viability.
Yes,
I'm
please
just-
don't scratch it with your finger because it really hurts.
I don't know if you do that and a load of gunk comes out, but I guess the gunk will fall on you, so maybe it's okay.
Let's just proceed
Yeah, maybe
forward.
there's the garbage chute. We'll be
I'm already in front.
Star Wars.
27
then.
on stealth.
Let's proceed forward.
I will say, you pull out a knife or any sharp object and attempt to cut just to see how organic or how much give you're going to get. It doesn't even score.
Okay, so then that's my idea of like trying to grapple onto the top gone.
In addition, the ship that looks like some creature of the sea is slightly tilted south. Let's see, where did this go? This pulled up a second ago.
I think you said this last week too.
Yes, I did, but people don't remember everything.
Cari.
No.
Sorry.
So it's if we're on the south side, it's kind of leaning over the top of us.
So
Sick.
if this is a mountain pass that's pointing south, then the ship is kind of angled to point that way. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab you all, and I'm going to put an image in front of you.
Okay.
I believe you'll be able to see it. Let me just test something really quickly here. Okay. Okay. Great. Love it. Excellent. I don't know why I'm doing this. Sorry. All right. When you pull around towards the south side of the ship, you will be able to see that this is what it looks like from a side view.
Okay.
There seems to be a lower deck mixed with a lower area. You're not able to see like what is past that first room, if you will. But the upper area looks like there's something open. And then that also seems to have another area on top. So you can see this is kind of like, from the outside, looks like there's a tri-level to this thing.
Okay.
So we can see the doors.
No, you can only see this and this opening, and a little bit that there's a door maybe at the top. That's.
Yeah, it does look like somewhere on this side is the entrance.
But just for the sake of this, you're not sure that there's rooms or anything or what the hell this means. This is just for my reference. This is not for your reference. So you don't know that this exists here yet. You only know that this is here and there's this and that. That's it.
So we could just use that
You don't even know if this is a door or a window. You don't know any of this. So
Roughly how high is this climb, Rob?
So I'm going to put you back on the other map. Because I don't want you guys sitting here and looking at this and reassessing all this other stuff that you're in meta. So, the quote-unquote outer deck area is what we're going to call it. Is tilts at a south angle. Not enough to hinder movement to board it, but enough to cause, if you were to pour out some loose liquid, it would probably roll off. So just to give you kind of an idea, that's about where it is. It's like if there was rain and the rain was kind of collecting on the deck, it would slide off probably eventually. It would just roll off. So that's kind of the idea. Is it's not like a heavy tilt, but it's enough that you can get up on the ship.
If Mesh is out point, does he see a way up onto the deck?
The deck is about... I'm going to say that you can probably climb on easier from the south side. It won't even require an athletics check. You can just kind of climb up there. It's kind of like you just give yourself like a little bit of an arm brace on the deck itself, and you can kind of pull yourself up. It doesn't take that much effort to get up on top of it.
You mean like if we got closer to the tentacle things?
I'm going to give you a little bit of a marker just for your reference. The deck goes from that little red marker here. It goes all the way up here, all the way around. So
Okay.
this is where the deck is, and I'll mark the other side too, but you guys are about to see it in a little bit. So it looks like it's about 5 feet up on the opposite side, but on this side you can kind of just walk onto it with a little bit of a boost. Because it's not 5 feet up. It's probably like 3 or 4. So you can kind of just like hike up there.
And that's for weak people too. We won't have a problem.
No one will have a problem getting up from the south side. If you go on the north side, it'll require an athletics check. But you could also attempt to just use... If you wanted to walk onto the deck, you could potentially hop onto the tentacles and just walk on them.
That's what I'm planning to do.
But you can almost walk onto the deck now.
Okay.
Slow down. I'm gonna detect thoughts first. See any things? Nothing. Okay. I'll peek over and see what's on the deck. If anything's alive around.
You're peeking.
27 on my stealth.
Well, there's nothing to hide behind, Mesh. Can't exactly hide.
Okay, I'll be quiet then. Anyway.
That's fine.
Just.
I mean, you've got a banging suit of armor behind you with your companion.
They're 10 feet. They're 10 feet behind me still.
You're like.
I mean, sound goes more than 10 feet, unfortunately. It's like you have a big party of people walking and munching in the snow and a clanging fire engine behind you, and you're just the one kid in the front just like, shh. Kind of like those B comic movies where there's like the Pink Panther sneaking very quietly in front of this group of people that doesn't give a fuck, just like walking through the snow.
Peek onto the deck.
I am going to put you all on the deck and tell you what you see.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, that means there's probably nothing there.
Cheese and rice, mute yourself if you're gonna do that.
He's trying to do the effect of us being loud.
God, I hate the sound of chips in my
I
ears.
do.
This deck is 5 feet above the valley floor, covered from inch to inch of snow. Mounted to the deck seems to be what you can only imagine as a ballista of some sort, covered and coated in a thick ice. The back of the deck, there seems to be some form of a double door that's made out of chitin and iron, mixed. And it's tucked under the 2 higher decks. And the lower of which seems to have another ballista that you can kind of see poking out a little bit.
This ship is meant for fighting.
A warship? Can't say I've ever
Possibly.
seen one.
Or just to protect if something
From
else
the look,
attacks.
I look at the door. Is there an obvious mechanic to open it?
It looks like the doors are made out of chitin at the edges, but there's obvious kind of some form of iron that seems to be holding them and latching them so that they can swing open and closed. It's a very odd thing. You've never seen anything like this before.
Does
It's
it look
like
it's
not technology or otherworldly, but the construction is such that you can't really make heads or tails out of it. You just know that it's a door and it's meant to open. Like there's some obvious things to do with it, but the weird thing about the door is there doesn't seem to be any handles.
Does it push?
I kind of walk around the wall, detect thoughts, if anything pings from here.
So something else must make it open then.
It seems that the walls are not allowing you to penetrate them with your mind.
Maybe it's something like muscle contractions. If this thing, it looks like an animal. Maybe the muscle.
I will say that
contraction-
you'll feel an emotion when you try to penetrate the walls. You kind of feel this almost like slight emotion of just being cold, a little bit of pain.
Maybe
Does
that's from the ship
Torterra
itself.
recognize it?
Yeah, I understand, Chef. Torterra does not recognize it, no.
How high is the second floor from here? You
Good
said
question.
it's like an
About
open...
25 feet up.
Is the ballista
25.
loaded, or are there
Which one?
anything? The one behind that I'm standing on? There's only one there.
There is nothing currently in the ballista that you can observe. It would be a traditional, like, bolt or a large, like,
And no
arrow.
ammunition?
There doesn't seem to be any of the sort.
I was thinking maybe we could just ballista the door open.
I'm gonna send Blackie up this to the second floor and peek up and go through him actually this time.
Mesh looked at the door, but you didn't try to open it, right? So,
Not
correct.
yet. I don't want to open it if there's things are right away behind it. So, and I can't really sense anything behind it right now.
Hey,
If you're gonna get ambushed like that, I don't want to do that.
Okay, so you want to go up to the second
This
area.
seems like an obvious entrance. I don't like going through an obvious entrance.
So you're saying you'd rather try find a different way in?
Yeah.
All right. Are you stealthing with Blackie?
Yep.
Give me a stealth check, please.
What's the plus on me? It is +4, so that's 13.
Duly noted. Blackie appears on the base of the deck because it does not have a way of climbing to the ceiling without getting to the floor first. The deck here is what looks to be a middle deck with an open cowl. Mounted on the deck is a forward-facing ballista. All of the walls are lined with ballista bolts waiting to be used. In the center of the room, there seems to be 2 staircases. One leading up and another leading down. On the far wall, there seems to be a door. But the door doesn't look like the other one. I will say that in this case, the only reason you can think that it's a door is it looks like if someone clenched their fist and you were looking at a very large, almost sphincter, like the inside of an esophagus, or like a fist, or an orifice.
A butthole.
A butthole.
I'm climbing down. I'm out.
The interesting thing, though, is that they are sphincter-like, but each of them almost look like a separate panel. Think of it less like a sphincter and more like, because this is an external door, this would actually be more like a camera shutter or an aperture where they fold like this. Because a shutter and a camera, the clicking sound that you hear is when the shutter opens and then recloses. So this would be a fully closed shutter.
Can I ask?
So I did that. That was that was a interior door, not an exterior door.
Do you tell us that we should come up with you?
Not. It's Blackie right now.
Oh,
Not
it's
me.
Blackie right now.
If you guys are
I'm stopping
observing
back,
anything
sir.
outside, there seems to be a very weird mix of biological construction. It's very animal-like, but also very odd. There seems to be plates of iron and reinforcements of wood. And chitin is surprisingly not reinforced. It almost seems like some of the chitin pieces are meant to be enhanced by the iron and the wood pieces, almost to make it more aerodynamic. But if you're looking at this from a ship standpoint, or what you would only imagine as something that would be like a bird or something very good at flying would be constructed, none of the things seem to make sense in that respect. They all seem to be enhancements of some sort, and they probably have some sort of purpose. But if you look at the picture of this thing, none of it seems to really make sense. There's almost like extra tubes or holes for the tentacles to just move more freely, or bands that seem to be reinforcing the panels between the chitin, almost like a protective seal. It doesn't look like it's meant to do much more than what it's already doing. It's very odd that the chitin doesn't seem to be something that the construction wants to protect. It's almost like it does enough on its own. Or perhaps it needs to be exposed for some reason.
Do you see anything through Blackie yet?
Is that staircase, Rob, in the middle?
Yes, right here.
I'm gonna get close, but not too close. Maybe like 5 feet away, and try to hear for something. Or maybe smell.
Make a perception check.
That shit. Perception would be wisdom, right? So +0. So that's a 4.
Can't seem to hear anything besides the howling winds outside kind of hitting that little carapace opening to the upper or the middle deck. There seems to be just some whistling hitting, and Blackie can't seem to hear much else. It's almost like it's created a wind tunnel up here at the mountains, just very loud. Can't really hear anything past that until you go downstairs or upstairs to actually see or hear what's in those areas.
You said it's like a 20-foot high ceiling, right? 25?
It's about 25 feet up to the floor.
I'm gonna have Blackie look up just in case there's something hiding up there.
Doesn't see anything.
Yeah.
Does seem like the ceiling is about 20 foot of clearance, most likely so that the ballista can fire clear, or that the bolts can be carried freely without much hindrance if they were to be swung around in the chamber. Bolts are pretty long.
I'm snapping Blackie back and describing this to everybody. So ballista, lot of ammunition, staircase behind that, some kind of weird muscle-based door, and it's relatively safe to go up on the second floor at least.
Okay.
What about this door? Is this door safe?
Did I figure? I'll do an investigation, see if I can figure out how to open this, but I
Give
won't
me an
open
investigation
it.
check.
I won't
I thought you were
open
going
it
to
yet.
use Blackie to look at it from the inside, see if they can just open it from that way.
Take any of this from my screen.
I don't want to go too far into it if Rob wants to cut us off, basically.
What are the rest of you guys doing while Mesh is doing this? Because he would have taken some time to have this coordination with Blackie before he could describe this to you. You guys can do something freely here.
I'm sitting down on the ballista.
I want to ask Totera something. I actually turned to him and asked, were you a slave or were you like an enemy combatant just imprisoned here? Like, does any of this jog a memory for you? Because this clearly isn't a ship of transport. This is something else.
Torterra kind of racks his brain a little bit, almost like he's got a headache. And pretty much just says, I can't quite remember, but wasn't here because I wanted to. I was taken against my will.
Do you remember fighting?
If I did, there wasn't much of it.
How does this ship even move? These tentacles don't seem to be able to pull it along efficiently.
Torterra just shrugs. I'm beat, mate. I don't know. Kind of just looks at it. Looks like something that belongs in the ocean.
He's supposed to swim?
Well, how'd it end up here if it swims?
Beats me.
More and more questions get.
Yeah, it's some method of propulsion that is just not from around here, but a normal or real life squid or nautilus propels from what looks like the front to us, the tentacles. So maybe it does propel that way, but we don't know. I mean, it's not doing it by squids will eject water to move forwards, but I don't know, maybe this one ejects air, but it doesn't. Even then, it seems like that wouldn't be enough to move this ship because of the weight. I don't know. It's very strange.
Maybe we'll be able to learn more when we get inside.
Rob, you kind of mentioned that there were some holes that were maybe like exposed and not covered. Can I tell if it's missing tentacles? Is this thing alive? Like, we see its tentacles moving, right?
Yeah, they're definitely moving. You can kind of see them pulsing very slowly, almost like there's a slow heartbeat going through them.
I'm kind of thinking, can I try to do a medicine check and see if this thing's injured?
Ooh. You can make a medicine check with disadvantage.
13 on the investigation, just in case.
We'll get to that.
A 9 on medicine.
If this thing is like a organic creature you're familiar with, this heartbeat is too slow to be natural. And even with a 9, it doesn't even seem to be regular. You're not sure if it's irregular by nature. You're also not sure.
Cold.
What's that?
Mesh said this was cold as well, so I'm like, this beast is probably injured and freezing to death here. If it's supposed to be in the ocean, even more likely that it's not supposed to be in this climate.
It also doesn't seem like, in the traditional sense, again, like if oxygen's hitting the air, you can see that it starts to crystallize, right? Because it's your breath. There's some moisture. There's nothing coming from the whatever this is. There's no seems to be exhaust like a car. There doesn't seem to be any breathing going on. It does seem to be moving very slowly, almost like contracting and tightening. It doesn't seem to lurch or move at all when you guys are getting on. And the tentacles don't really react much to you, but you're not sure if that's just because of how big they are and maybe how tough they are, or if they're just, maybe it isn't alive. You don't know. Your medicine check was pretty shit, so.
It seems quite cruel to turn something like this into a ship.
These guys are slavers. If they took Torterra hostage, it may not be this creature. It may
Or
be
mad
against this creature's will.
scientists. You know? Like, it looks like they were experimenting on those things. I guess it's similar to slavery, but could be doing
Breker would
crazy
kind of like
experiments.
have flashbacks to first healing bear, and he'd kind of take off his glove and go and try to like see if he can reach one of the tentacles and see if lay on hands does anything.
Ooh.
If I have to commit to an amount, I'd just say half the amount, so 15 points.
When you reach out and touch the tentacles with intent, almost putting, I'm going to say you're probably on your knees, kind of getting a good footing, a base, to kind of like figure out where to put your hands down. You can hear the snapping fingers of Mesh calling back his creature, describing a situation to the rest of you, filling you in. Pushing your hands against it. You know this thing is alive. And as you press your hands into it, your hands glowing, there doesn't seem to be something to connect with.
No.
It's almost like the magic can't even expend, as if you have no target to give. But in your mind, you know there's something there. But the magic itself is telling you it doesn't exist.
I'd kind of relay the sentiment to the party and be like, there's something weird going on here.
That's wild. So it's like it's alive but not alive.
And
But not
the other thing
not
too
quite.
is that I think that another side note of this for Chef is that Breker's not like wavering in the fact that there's no way this is an undead thing. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah, that's what I was
This
just...
is the best way to describe this is alien to you. It's almost like your magic doesn't take, but you don't know the rules of your magic anymore.
Yeah,
what is the rules of this thing?
Like laying his hand on this thing and like the blight surges, but he's like, I don't know if that did anything. It feels like something happened, but I don't know. And Breker would kind of relay that to the party as well, like kind of looking up at Tyr, like
it's a very it's a very Pandora's box moment. The more you investigate, the more questions you get, not necessarily the more answers you can uncover.
Right.
Fish
What's
kind of
that mean?
starts nodding with you, and he's like, yeah, that tracks. And as Mesh checks the door, see if I can get
a bold, delicious taste.
Sorry, bro. That was my
Whoa,
phone.
this really is alien.
Sorry, my phone did an automatic ad on something. My apologies.
That was just so random what it said as well.
That was like a random ad. I don't even know.
Great.
Oh, delicious.
Sorry. I was updating some stuff.
Well, I actually thought it was what he was, because you know how he does the mic thing where it's like the testing.
Yeah.
testing. I thought it was. Sorry, Rob. Continue.
Sorry, Rob.
Investigating the door, there doesn't seem to be any handholds. There does seem to be 2 panels with some sort of script on it. But the script looks to be, your best estimation is some kind of inverted braille.
Oh.
Also, you can see a
Inverted
thin
braille.
line between the seams on all 4 sides of a thick rime holding the doors tight. And you can even see a small place where they might lock, is your guess, but there doesn't seem to be one locking it currently. The doors look to be 2 ways based off of the hinges, whatever they look like. It's very odd, but it looks like the hinges might work, so the doors can flap in or out. But with doors
you're
this
saying
heavy, it
it's-
doesn't make much sense that there doesn't seem to be any handles anyways.
Well, if there's stairs up the second deck, maybe we should go there.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up and go invisible so I can go down the stairs and see what's downstairs.
I'm gonna at least make my way up to the second deck. I won't follow him down the stairs, but I want to go up to the second deck.
How are you going to get up there?
Wait, is there not a way for us to go up there?
No.
We're still
It's
locked out.
20 foot high. It's
25
20
feet
foot high.
up.
25 high.
There's no stairs?
Can
no
anybody
stairs?
give me a boost?
And we stand on our shoulders.
I can. Hold on, I can.
Well, we do have a grappling hook, right? Can we use that?
Still, like,
Yeah, that's actually true.
short.
I could have Blackie go up and hook the grappling hook to something.
I mean, nothing wrong with a boost.
I don't see anything wrong with that. What are you gonna
Yeah,
hold? What are you gonna go put Blackie on for the grappling hook if you run it up there? I will tell you this: that I'm not sure Blackie has the dexterity to also hold that and travel up there.
Okay, like,
We can't just chuck the grappling hook up there? Like, just go
is
like...
there anything on
What
the
are you
railing?
gonna hook it on,
Railing?
Care?
Is there anything
deck.
railing type?
That's not how
Yeah.
grappling hooks work. There's no
Well, I
railing.
was hoping it would go into the
Can
top
you
up
wrap
there.
around the base of the ballista?
I
That
don't want
could
to
work.
make it too much sound, to be fair.
That could work.
Gotcha.
You could wrap it around the ballista if you want to try that.
Yeah, that's actually a good shout.
Close enough. You're not sure how much weight it'll hold, but it does look like the ballistas were meant to be rotated, so it's a fair point that it might be able to support some sort of weight.
Alright. Have that grappling hook thrown up there, and Blackie drags it up to the ballista, I guess.
So you guys get ready to kind of throw this up. You know, Tortero's kind of moving close to you guys.
Wait, it's 20 feet up? I can go up there.
25 feet up.
I can go up there. All I gotta do is Misty step up there.
Yeah, that'll work. You can Misty step into the
Okay,
air.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be a point on the
Yeah.
I'll give you the grappling hook, then we don't have to throw it and make noise. Potentially.
And then you'll just go hear black smoke going up, and then I'll apparate up there.
Devii appears next to the ballista upstairs, and I've moved you to that area.
Let's see. Okay, I gotta make sure I mark that off. It's only once a day. Okay. And then I will try to secure it onto the ballista.
There will not be any checks because it's very easy to kind of just wrap it around a couple of bows and then take the hook part and put it on the opposite end. Easy peasy.
And then I'll look over the edge and go.
Okay.
All right.
I'll still start climbing up.
All right. I would like everyone to give me an athletics check with advantage.
Okay.
Breker breaks into a cold sweat.
I will tell you guys. I will tell you guys one thing. As you approach the rope and everyone gets nearby, as you approach nearby the door, when Torterra gets within 5 feet of the door, you can hear the ice.
Oh shit.
And the door tries to open, but can't.
I rolled for Vanvalor. I rolled a 9 with advantage.
This is not something that you guys are going to fail by falling. It's just going to be a time-based thing, so it takes you guys longer to get up there.
Okay.
And it may be a bit noisier than you want.
Definitely said advantage, right?
Uh-huh. So, Mesh, you got a 20-something, right?
25.
Breker?
I got 16.
No! You and Vanvalor kind of just slide.
What happened? What happened?
I rolled very badly. It's not terrible, but not good. 8.
I mean, that is pretty terrible.
Goldy?
15.
Okay. What did Torterra get?
Didn't use advantage, though.
I didn't roll for Torterra.
Who's rolling for Torterra? I believe that's Mesh.
Sorry. Advantage. 16 plus.
Wonderful. So what ended up happening here is that you guys notice that the ballista bends a little bit after the last two need to use it. And you guys are on the second floor. And you can see that there are 2 staircases. Let me just do this really quickly. If you would like to, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. The staircase on the north side, this top one here, will go upstairs. And the staircase to the south goes downstairs. And you can see that here, on the far side, is a door that looks like the inside of a camera shutter.
Okay.
Should we go down?
I'm gonna go invisible, marking that off, and go down.
Careful.
I'll have Blackie on one of their shoulders.
Wait. I'll give you Bardic Inspiration, just in case. Be careful.
I have Blackie on Breker's shoulder. He knows some of the signals.
Mash, give me a stealth check.
$19 plus 10, 27.
Descending the stairs. Looks like you can start to see that some of the areas are dimly lit by flickering bioluminescent orbs that seem to be mounted to the walls or hanging by the ceilings. Very much like the inside of a jellyfish. As you descend the stairs, you can see that attached to the walls on the staircase seem to be manacles, chains that are just loose or broken, almost like they're just held here for repairs. And hear some scuttling coming from down the stairs. And that is where we end with your current consciousness as all of the scenes fade to black. And we come back to the inside of the Bryn Shander Tavern after a long day of research. You guys are sharing some drinks.
Craziest daydream.
What?
Music.
And we're gonna take a break.
Those snails and Mesh didn't die. It's amazing, isn't it?
Were you seriously having a daydream while we were talking?
That's definitely a dream.
I mean, I kind of just drove away. I don't know. It's just...
That's okay. I mean, I zone out a lot too.
All right, we're gonna take 5 minutes and we'll come right back.
Okay.
Yay!
I heard voices about food and stuff. Like, I don't know what that was all about. Also, well, by the way,
Music is so happy.
when Rob said we're just like guys behind it, just making weird noises and everything. I don't know if you saw me. I had this ready for in the background, making noise. I even did this.
We heard everything.
Did you? All right.
Oh yeah, it's quite loud. I'm gonna go pee. I'll be back.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think everything's gonna be all right. Dragons? What dragons? Oh, by the way, Mesh, I got a hundo Krogunk. I am done with Krogunks. Yeah.
God damn it, that's what I was keeping for you.
Yay! Hey man, all those growlies. Near 200, nothing.
I still have growlies.
Annoying. Yeah, next week's event is looking a bit naff, so I think
I thought we were gonna trade today, but you didn't answer, so.
Oh, I was with CJ the entire night. Totally missed out the timing. Can we do it Monday?
I didn't do it today. Like tonight.
Yeah, all right. Why not? There ain't no much difference. I think
I have
we'll
over
be reactive
100.
tomorrow.
I have over 100 for you. Well, I'd have to minus the Krogan now, but.
Are we talking free stuff?
Yeah, free stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so I can give you all the Paris, Vaporeons, and all the other stuff.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
That's good. How's everyone else doing?
Noxy, where'd you go?
I hope they're doing well. Hold on. This door has been banging throughout the entire session. Can you just not?
I'm thinking, how do I show a picture of Nox?
You usually just point a camera at him and you just, press the button.
No, but how do I show it to you guys?
Why don't you just take it with your phone?
I just send it. I share it on Discord, I guess.
Why is this a worry? Whoa.
No, I just wanted to be on camera for some stupid reason. Sleepyhead.
Why then I made He told me. He's like, yeah.
Picture of Nox on the Pogo D&D text.
I just got really sleepy.
Ugh.
Burp.
How's everyone doing?
Good. I just got hit with a wave of sleepiness.
Ah. You're telling me is that you are ready for Sleepy Time Junction. The reason for this is because you can barely function.
But I got gumption. And I shouldn't. As it was coming out of my mouth, I was embarrassed.
It's fine. It's fine. Jesus.
Picture on Pogo D&D. This.
We'll go D&D. Oh
Hey,
yeah,
this
when you were holding him earlier, he looked so happy.
There's a
Sleepyhead.
huge humble bundle going on for standing with Ukraine. About 30 good pounds for a mega ton of games.
Wow. Okay. That's great.
The ones I notice is Metro Exodus, Max Payne 3, Back for Blood, Spyro Trilogy, Sunset Overdrive, Fable Anniversary. Whole load. There's a lot of this. Cool. It's going to a good cause.
Is everyone back? I just realized that Cal and Goldy need to be switched. Rip. Okay.
Your cat has gotten so much fluffier, Mesh.
I know, he's so puffy.
Look at the tail.
Because when you had him as a kitten, I didn't picture him being a long-haired cat. But he's so cute.
I think the breed is Maine Coon or something like that.
I do enjoy holding him though.
He's the best.
It's like this. Like
Jodie, you back yet, girl? Because you're muted at the moment. Won't start until you get back.
Oh, it's another kitty.
Kitty.
He has found out that, like, Sharon's in London right now, so he has found out the best way to get attention is literally sit in front of my computers on my desk.
That's funny.
He will walk back and forth across the keyboard. And
They love keyboards and they love the heat from the computer. Main thing.
Yeah. He looks so fluffy. He looks like he still has his winter coat. Aww.
Cal's unmuted. Are you here, Jodie?
Yes.
Okay.
Yay.
Are you guys ready to play?
wait, is that what's happening to me? I'm losing my winter coat? No.
No.
Don't want that to happen.
Stop bopping me, cat. Stop it.
He's so cute. I want one.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, you guys find yourselves back in the tavern, sharing some drinks, and you just finished filling each other in on the information that you've done mixed in the library. And now you've kind of just decided it's a good time to shoot the breeze, maybe talk about some other topics, or go do some other things before you head out towards the following
Breker
day.
would be drunkenly pressuring Mesh, like, so why haven't you devoted your life to Tyr yet? You've seen his might flow through me, yet you are a heathen.
I don't deny that. I don't deny his might, but
I'm actually, this is like a new side of you I haven't seen.
this is drunk
Breker.
Don't even get me started on you. Also a heathen.
Me? Why am I a heathen?
Bask in the glow of death and not in the light of resurrection and redemption.
Excuse me, but I am in the time twixt life and death. I guide those that need to be alive to life, and those that their time is over, they don't go.
Religion fight.
I can't see any of you. My distort's gone a bit funky. I'll be right back.
Time after death is full of nothing but feasting and the eternal battles in Valhalla.
Like hell.
They just dropped out mid-sentence.
Goldy's having some computer tech issues. He'll be back in a second.
Yeah. Isn't that only for worshippers of
I'm
your
back.
god though?
Tyr, all warriors in the eyes of Tyr end in Valhalla, and so if you've pledged to any of the Nordic gods, you have a seat at the table.
I see. Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything against it.
So, what does one have to do to devote themselves to Tyr or whatever and get into Valhalla?
Well, first you gotta go to Steam. And you have to download the game.
I'm asking. Breaker.
I didn't expect that joke from you.
I'm asking Breker, what does one have to do?
The first step onto the path is to turn to the light and embrace the love of Tyr.
Okay, but can you just say that again in like common so I don't understand?
Yeah, how you're wording it sounds like it's a cult, and I know it's not a cult.
There are every morning I am praying to Tyr, and if you join me, you will begin to suckle at the marrow that is the brilliance.
That word, no.
Okay.
Villain sits down with a drink and she goes, I'll tell you how to suckle at the marrow. I'm a necromancer. And she takes a full shot. And hits those bones and arthritis right in the dick.
Like, so you are one step away from saying moist. Like, I'm out.
Nope, you just said it.
I am
God
more
damn it, Jodie.
An example, all right.
Goldy, you are uncouth and unrefined.
He's really honest.
No, alcohol's supposed to take the edge off, Breker, not add it. Okay,
No,
you're gonna have to chill the fuck out with your alcohol, sir.
We should have you drink more often because then you'll just be completely honest.
Maybe if we're gonna go into a fight, I'll give you a shot. How's that?
Well, okay, he's been honest. What's your honest thoughts about everybody here, Breker? You got to go with your honest thoughts.
Oh, I'd love to hear this.
Breker would just be like,
Chalcedony.
hate.
Loathe entirely.
Who's low?
You know
That would probably be Velen.
I don't believe him at all. For all the things that we have been through and all the things that we may be through, I sincerely doubt you would be along a group that you hate so very much.
I mean, technically, he's kind of
Am I
stuck
right?
with us, but
How is he stuck with us? He can just leave.
well, we can't
Indeed.
exactly leave the.
We're upholding his righteous right hand. You know, his little crusade of saving everyone. We're a part of it, so he has to deal with it. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Am I wrong?
That was just some bullshit, though. I mean, you could just leave anywhere.
Yes, well, I didn't say it was a very solid case.
The problem is, Tyr wouldn't let him leave. He can't
He
just
liked
abandon
us.
us.
So Tyr makes you do things
I
against
agree.
your own will. will. Is that what
By
you're
the
saying?
way, to someone who saved your life, you better not say you hate me.
I would be like, hate on Devii. You're okay. Hate. I've
Thank you.
corrected
Thank
the
you.
assessment now.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm fine with being hated.
Please. I see a lie.
As long as
I
you
think
give
you
me
guys are
another
fine.
shot, at least. Buy me a drink.
But on
Thank
the
you.
topic of why I'm still here, you
pulls
guys
out a journal.
recognize, like,
It's just
we are the last best hope for this lost wasteland. I'm struggling to even convert people, let alone
Wait a
keep
minute.
them alive.
Last best means we're still part of the best section, so that's a good
I
thing.
think
Try
I
and
believe
not
we
to
are the
salvage
best.
this.
I think you're approaching things in the wrong order, Breker. You need to keep them alive and then convert them. You know.
Well, that's what I'm saying is we're struggling to keep them alive. Like this dragon just took off like 9/10 of my
Yeah.
or 8/10 of my target audience here. My sales pipeline has diminished greatly.
Yeah,
Well, that
that's
means
true.
that means actually it makes your sales percentage, the success rate, go up. If you have to convert less people to get the
Yeah,
higher
percentage-wise.
percentage. So
Gotta love those numbers.
Out of
I'm sure
curiosity,
preservation of life is part of his tenets, if you will, folks. Like, I don't think it's a percentage thing.
I can't remember if
know
you
if
told
it
us or
is.
not. Is this something you want, or is this something you're trying to like prove to somebody?
AKA tier.
Officially, the Church of Tyr has sent me on this missionary trip. I will
A
also
couple looks
add
in the
that there have
bar,
been-
just kind of like, just like a gnome's like, the fuck is he talking about?
I will just also add though that there have been no other Tyran missionaries for almost 10 years, so the last ones did not go to Icewind Dale.
I mean, 10 years is like ages.
Well, not for you, it's not.
I was being sarcastic.
Wait, so did you choose to come here, or was this forced upon you?
This was an edict from the High Templar of the Church of Tyr.
Right,
Well,
so forced upon.
You did forced upon you. You didn't choose it.
But I do feel from you that you have a genuine love for Tyr.
Oh, Tyr beyond doubt.
Yeah.
The core of my being is based around supporting Tyr. The Church of Tyr is a different topic.
That is the vibe I got, yes.
And I swear to you, I will rebuild the Church of Tyr in these lands rock by rock, the way it's meant to be lived. These people are salt of the earth, battle-hardened, and resilient. Everything that a good follower of Tyr should be.
I actually respect that. Good. Worship the god, not the entity. Or not the... What is that word? Like the church...
Organized.
assembly... Organization, thank you. Organization.
Well, it's a bunch of hubbub and good nature. I'm sure that we just need to make sure that we act before they freeze. Otherwise, the hardening and battle will just turn into frozen corpses. We can't have that.
Well,
I love your optimistic outlook, fella.
Well, we do have to
Right,
find a city that's been sealed in ice, and hopefully they're not frozen either. So,
To be honest, getting
think
rid
there's
of all the
people?
scariness, I'm actually excited to find a city that's like got magic stuff buried for centuries.
I don't know what to expect, Chalcedony, if I'm being frank with you. And my name's not Sheila or Frank.
Okay, then.
I understood that reference.
We're kind of looking at each other like, what?
It must be a hot pale
wish I
thing.
did.
I'll just order another
Fellas,
alcohol.
I'll call you whatever you want, darling, okay? So, I don't mind.
Listen, I haven't done a Seder yet, and I'm getting old.
There's still time.
Well,
I need several more drinks, please.
the good
That
news
would-
is we
yeah.
don't have to worry about children. So
Gonna continue drinking my
we'll just have to
tea
save
here.
this until my afternoon nap.
Also, you guys gotta be thinking of a tattoo that you want.
Do you like Dallan Breker? Mid-afternoon tea and an afternoon nap, and we'll be ready to
Breker,
go.
like spitting out his, like.
I might have to pop my hip back into place a couple of times, but probably all right.
I call that afternoon delight.
So
My afternoon tonight is a nap.
I'm trying to research how to make these tattoo things for everybody. What I've kind of
Inscriptions
come
the
across
devil, you
is
mean?
what?
Inscriptions of the devil? I don't know why you would mark yourself permanently with these evil markings.
Velen actually is like, what the hell do you think tattoos are, Mr. Missionary?
Temple of Tyr.
How many
must
monks
be
do you
kept
know?
pure.
Is only Tyr against this thing?
This is news to me.
She
I'm
folds her
actually
hands.
kind
She's
of
like, you obviously are very uneducated.
Okay, so
Completely then?
off to that side, I need to find magic stuff that I need to grind up.
Magic stuff. Oh yeah, I got the grinding
Yeah.
tool.
But like
tool
for
to-
example, I need to find from what I figured out, if I want something to give us like cold resistance, I have to get something like a troll's heart or like some kind of magic cold animal, like maybe a scale from the white dragon or something like
Oh, we
that.
had one of those, but someone said to bury it in the snow.
I feel
No,
like
we
you're
didn't
being
bury it.
very deliberate about what you're saying.
We never buried it.
Well, no, I don't want the troll's heart. I'm
I
just
thought we did
saying,
bury it.
like
We
if
still
we're
have the
fighting any
troll's
magic animals and they have like
She's
some
saying as an
amazing
example,
things.
probably.
Exactly, it is an example. Like if we're fighting an animal or something, try to get stuff from him so I can
From that animal.
Lady of
Okay.
Death.
magic tattoos that are not evil.
Well, we need to start collecting stuff
How,
from
how, how are they evil? Wait,
animals
you said our
we
body?
slay.
The Temple of Tyr, the body that supports Tyr should not be marred or marked by like it is already perfection. You don't need to modify it further.
But I
So
don't
you're-
worship
you're-
Tyr, so I'm not a temple of Tyr.
Bingo!
All are followers of Tyr,
All?
just not yet.
Okay, so why
I think she actually laughs in real. She's like,
we're already followers, so
No.
stop trying to convert everyone.
How is it that we dealt with 2 dragons and now we're dealing with each other's differences?
I'm actually
Like, they should've-
surprised you don't like tattoos.
Weeks ago. Why is it that we're talking about it now?
I would
What?
mind tattoos.
Okay.
Anyway, Devi's tattoos are going to be temporary.
They
They're
are
not
beautiful.
permanent. They're not all
Temporary. They're not
Breker.
temporary. They're gonna be permanent.
What if the tattoo was
Chalcedony,
Tyr symbol?
Do you
Hang on
understand
a
that
minute.
tattoos are permanent?
No, the magic. Hang on, let me finish. Mitch, calm down. Let me finish. The magic tattoos I'm referring
Mesh
to.
isn't even doing anything. It's just like, you're like, Mesh, calm down.
I'm sending Blackie over and doing a very tiny shocking grasp in Cal's ear. Like,
It's like it's a static tongue. Just
yeah.
I'm gonna swat Blackie away. I was referring to the magic tattoos, which are temporary, right?
Oh yeah, those ones. I can do those as well. So would you be okay with that? If it went away?
Out of character, are the magic tattoos temporary?
Some of the tattoos will be expended on use. Cari and I haven't quite
the
decided if we
tattoo
want the
remains,
ink to
right?
stay, or if we want the magic,
I guess
like
that's
the
true.
ink to stay and the magic to leave, or if we want the whole thing to be gone.
I guess what I could say is I'm not sure about that yet. I know for sure that the. Would you please stop clicking your
Yeah, it's
spoon on
really
the table?
annoying.
I was actually doing that.
I can
was
hear
just
it.
doing
Yeah, I was doing it in character. Would you please? I'm talking right now. So, I'm not exactly sure if the tattoo stays.
I was just
But-
doing that.
Let me get this straight. You guys are all fine with just like letting her start tatting you up.
I'm just
and she
stepping
doesn't
out
even
this and
know
just being
what's going to
anxious.
happen.
Chalcedony shows his
I'm
arm.
working on it. I'm not gonna tattoo you till I know what happens.
All
I'm
right,
ready
guinea
to
pigs.
tat it up. I'm ready to get tatted up, Devii. He's showing
I mean,
me
I
his
could
arm.
just do a normal regular tat, but you gotta think of what you want.
I want a magic
Right.
one.
No. Picture wise.
Oh,
Otherwise, I'm just gonna draw a one on your back.
I don't know.
You don't have to do it now. Just think about it.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind something that reminds me of my native land, like some. I wouldn't mind some traditional. Yeah, I wouldn't mind something inspired by traditional Fae patterns.
What about some of the patterns that were on the
Cauldron.
Thank you, cauldron.
Cauldron. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Something
Oh,
like that.
I think
That'd be
Breker
really
has to
cool.
barf. I'll be back.
Look at the
He
cat.
drank too much.
The cat's like, the fuck? You offended by tattoos, my dude?
I'm actually. Have you guys? This is a surprise to me. We should get him drunk more often so we can tease him.
It looks like the Breker's been replaced by the cat.
Oh, excuse me.
Do you feel
Breker,
better
your
now
cat,
after?
your cat just watched you walk away. Like, the hell are you doing? Excuse me.
Oh, there's two cats.
Aww.
You got
Didn't see the other
double
one.
ganders,
Double floof.
double floof.
Yeah,
Okay, well, I understand you don't like tattoos, so I won't force them on you.
What if it's a
I'm curious about this
tear-
tattoo offensive nature, because monks have historically and religiously used tattoos in the symbology of who they follow for centuries, nay, thousands
but
of
if
years
it's
in
your
certain
symbol-
practices.
Not a monk. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
No, I'm just saying, as far as even good and bad deities, even there are zealots in the barbarian trees that would be inclined to utilize magical tattoos like Devii is describing in order to protect themselves and use the magic of their deities as inspiration.
You're not just secretly scared it's gonna hurt, are you?
You guys would know by now that like when Breker's quoting like passages and stuff from Tyr, it's like 20% real, 80% made up, but he is 100% confident that he's got it right. So he's
Okay.
like, Book of Tyr, chapter 8, verse 3, the temple must remain unfettered. It says
Fettered?
right there in stone.
Unfettered.
You know what
That's
fettered
verse
means,
4.
right?
You got the wrong verse.
I think.
Are you telling me what the Book of Tyr says?
I read it.
Why don't we just go get
Cover
one?
to cover.
Yeah. Wait.
Anyways, why are we having this argument?
I am not
Let's.
figuring you out in
Why we're
any
talking
stretch
about
of the
religion when we could
imagination.
be talking about like something more interesting.
Can I just point out, whatever we need to just get this pain and suffering off our chest, by all means. So how about we stop calling each other out, huh? We've still got a lot more fighting to do.
I thought you were gonna say
Oh,
give each other nicknames or something.
No, I don't have the brain capacity right now. to
No,
think of such
I can
things.
hardly keep your name straight as they are. Don't know nicknames. Stop that.
Actually, technically, I am a nickname. You've been calling me by my nickname.
That's
the
fine.
entire
If your
time.
given name and your nickname is, I only
Wait,
know one of them, then I would
I
like
don't
to keep it
remember.
that way, because
What's
I
your
can't
real name?
remember.
What is
I
your
don't
good-
remember.
It's Gordon. I told you. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Gordon.
Oh, because that's so
Oh.
monstrously different from the name you gave us before.
Goldy sounds way cooler.
Yeah, it does.
I needed to get away from all that.
And Mesh, you're Mesh, right?
Nope.
Wait, that's also shortened? What is yours?
Nope.
It's no.
I did tell you my name
Nope.
before.
His name is
Nope.
Noodles.
Meshadieme.
That's... Don't be
It's
ridiculous. It couldn't be that.
I gave you my name before. Do you not
Did?
remember?
I'm just really bad with names.
I am drunk, so
I am disappointed.
forgive me.
I'm sorry.
Hello,
I'm not
disappointed. My name is
really-
Velen Harpel.
Oh, hello,
Nice to meet you.
disappointed. It's a pleasure to meet you. There. High five.
Yes, guys. Nice
Breker,
to meet
your
you.
name is Breker, right?
Breker is my name.
And yours is Chalcedony.
Yeah, but you can call me Cal for short.
Okay, we got it. I'll remember. I think.
Yeah.
I remember
An
at
easy
first,
way to-
none of you could remember my name. It was hilarious.
Rob, insight check on Valen for her disposition on monsters.
Are we talking about monsters?
Wait, what?
Yeah, where did that come from?
Inside
Because
check.
I haven't revealed to her directly what I am yet.
Well, you
Has
gotta
anyone
ask
just
her.
said that you were a doppelganger?
No.
You gotta at least ask her about monsters to get an insight check on if
Yeah,
she likes
you,
them.
you wouldn't have any idea to even make this check
Surely-
because she just thinks you're mesh.
Oh, so we've never discussed. I mean, yeah, because we've
He's also
figured all that out
never
before.
changed to
You
something
could just
else.
be like, so, what
Yeah,
do you think of monsters?
he's mimicked using a disguise kit in
Oh
another
my
room when
God.
you guys have been
Those
with her. That's it.
doppelgangers, let me tell ya.
He didn't
Mesh,
change,
do
he
that.
didn't change at all since Helen's been
So,
here.
so Valen, if you found a
Yes.
creature that was relatively intelligent, like, do you remember those? Was it ogres in Goodmead, or what was the creatures in Goodmead?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Verbigs.
Warbeaks.
Verbig. They're like
Yes.
the cousins of the ogres and the giants. Yes, I'm familiar.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, what is your disposition if you come across some of them just randomly?
Well, it depends on if I've got a spear down my neck or not.
Well, these are very nice. Were nice. We should probably figure that one out.
Verbigs are typically very disagreeable people. They don't like being encroached upon their areas, and sometimes they think that their area is their area, even if it's someone else's. They just kind of go in and take it.
Like
Yeah,
an animal.
Deal.
That's
We
definitely
made a
true.
deal.
We made a deal. We
Made a deal?
We communicated with them. Yeah.
Actually,
And
we're
they,
Yeah,
Surprisingly.
the
Oh, yeah.
humans.
Well, did you lose any of your
Oh.
own brain cells?
No, it was quite well done actually. The humans
felt
of
great
Goodmead.
the humans
They
helped us.
promised to give honey and food
Honey?
in exchange. Maybe not the honey bit. I can't think straight.
Exchange for
Exchange for
protection.
protection. Yes, and they agreed.
Interesting. I see.
That-
That's
that's
funny
very
that you
shocking.
say that because I heard that their speaker was murdered by one.
That was after.
We
Well,
don't talk about that.
that was
We-
before we made the agreement.
True,
We
but
don't
that's
talk about that.
Wait, so you knew
the
this full
agreement.
well and brokered a deal,
I
despite the
know it
murder?
sounds kind of strange and confusing, but as far as we're concerned, deal's done.
It
We
was
got our
it was dependent on the conditions and the context why and when that happened.
Let's
Because
just,
go ahead.
Well, I was just
Interesting.
gonna say, let's just say when we met them in person, we realized that their IQ wasn't very high and that they actually were trying to protect the goats from the
Oh,
city.
that's right.
So
we
we were
call
like,
that-
okay,
we
these
call
people
that-
want to protect something. They just need to have that redirected in the right direction.
The term we're supposed to use now, Devii, is learning challenged. Learning challenge.
You're
Uh,
right. I'm sorry.
But basically, they weren't completely horrific monsters.
Yeah.
Yes,
They-
they're just
they
as
did
dumb
have
as a brick.
heart.
Yes.
Exactly. Yes. Learning impaired.
Learning challenge.
Listen, I don't have any
Once in a
problem
while,
with
if they
people's
don't have a brain.
personalities and whatnot, but if their intellect is impeding the progress of humanity, it's a little bit of a difficult problem for me because I don't really have a whole lot of patience. But you know, if they can be broker deals and people can do that themselves, then fine. But I'm not the one that's going to have the patience to do that sort of thing. I really
Nice,
don't
but
have a lot of
Good thing you weren't
problems.
there.
What's that?
It's a bloody good thing you weren't there.
Well, yes. I mean, if they murdered somebody, then the towns usually want you to go murder them because they just killed things and there needs to be justice on the blood. So,
Yeah, they
in this case, I would be more than happy to
It
oblige
was
as a necromancer. I can go there, I can execute them, and I can take their large, very strong bodies and use them again.
Are you not upset with that, but you're upset
I
with
see.
tattoos?
What?
You don't have a problem with that, but you have a problem with
I
tattoos?
must admit, it was our crowning achievement.
I don't have a problem with tattoos.
We
He's talking to
managed
Breker.
to.
Breker's
know
looks
no
like
bloodshed. And that's where I found this little chap.
Have you
Shine.
had-
Listen, it's just more
Shine's
about the
so
intense
cute.
practicality of the
Good
situation,
things,
solving the
alright.
town's issues, and then
I need more drink.
Like you're frozen with your
Yeah,
low.
Goldie's
you're
internet is
such a happy
crazy.
photo frozen. You look so happy.
Oh, there goes his internet again.
Oh no.
Because he got cut out. Yeah. He's gone.
Well, anyways,
Well,
I was
wait.
talking about the intense practicality of the situation. The town has a problem. I need to go solve it, and then I can get
Well,
a
I'm
benefit
back.
from that. He's returned. Welcome back.
You fall asleep.
Huh?
Anyways, it's nothing more than that. It's just business. Oh well, goodbye. I'll go get a drink myself. I'll be back.
Okay.
And she like walks off.
Now he's using the rest.
He just passes out on the table for a bit.
Just comes back to-
What's up?
Well, I don't know. I think you've had enough gold.
Mhm. We should go around the room and like, I don't know, do like some ice breaking things. Like
I've had quite enough of
ice-breaking?
ice.
no, not
With-
it's like the
I mean,
name of
there's
the
a lot
game,
of
like
Breker would,
favorite
like-
colors.
When at the icebreaker joke, he would just be like, ha, icebreakers. Ha! And just burst out laughing.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, like the game where you like my favorite color, my favorite food. Or we could play Never.
My favorite color is
You can
the
play
one-
what's
Now
up
we
with the
lost
fuck. What's the fuck up with that?
Now we lost Devii.
Oh, Cari's gone.
Well,
Goodbye,
I don't know
Cari.
what is going on?
now, when you
How about we play the game? What the fuck is up with
on
that?
the same internet, I don't understand why people play
I'm
that.
We could
sorry, I
play-
got
No.
blacked out drunk.
I didn't. No, we could play Never Have I Ever, or like no, not that one. What is it? 3 truths and a lie. So like you tell like
Oh no, I'm
2 truths
bad
and
at
then
thinking
1
of
lie, and then we
things.
can
I'm
like.
really,
I don't like that. Then that doesn't get behind anything. Then you just have more mysteries.
I'm a
Just tell me
really
what the fuck
bad
is up with that.
liar, Devii. If you ask me anything, I'll tell you the answer.
I think this is quite great fun. Fun? That's the word I'm gonna use. Let's do that.
Mm.
You could play what the hell is up with that, where you
What
ask
is that?
somebody a question and then you say what the
Yeah.
hell is up with that at the end,
But why would you? I don't understand.
because you just want to know more information about something, and it could be really weird.
Well, you don't have to play.
That too sounds fun.
What did you call me? What the hell's up with that?
I said it's fun.
Fun.
Not too much to
Am I,
do.
is there something wrong with my speech?
No, you're
Yes.
totally fine.
Is that a
Cool.
dish that you can
Fun.
consume?
I need
Fra-
more
a
drink.
frond?
That's not
I
gonna
need
help
one.
you. You should need to be
Oh.
drinking water in this condition.
That's vodka,
yeah,
sir. This
That's
is a
not-
Wendy's.
I really hope that is not a strong liquor you're drinking.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Something I've been wondering. Mesh. Have you ever had like a girlfriend or anything like that?
Stop! I need to sober up right now. I want to know the answer to this and remember it.
Well, why don't you
I
drink
want to
some
know
water
the
then?
answer
All right,
because
cool.
this person, like, yeah.
I'm just curious because you're like, I've never, like, I could totally see the others having one, but like, I'm just curious about you.
No, never bonded with anyone apart from the other one, the other mesh.
Wait, does
There's
that
still
mean?
time.
Not that way.
Did you have a friend also named
I
Mesh?
see.
There was a double
Oh,
mesh?
Shit. Oh shit. This is like a drunken reaction now.
There's like,
Oh shit! What have
That's
I
very
done?
rare to have 2 people with the same name. I'm just kidding. It's very coincidental. There's 2 fields where I go to school.
Oh, that's right. You don't know.
Mesh is not a very common name, but
Mesh-
very odd.
Goldy, not in public. Not in public.
Yeah, maybe you need to speak to Mesh privately later or something.
maybe not
We'll
at
go
all. You
upstairs
just had a friend
later.
with the same name.
Well, don't
I
tell me
mean,
with a good
I
time.
don't see the problem. We're all basically living creatures. You can say whatever the heck you want right now. It's all good.
I know, but
You're
that's
right.
that's Mesh's business to divulge.
Well, not all
and
of
we're
us are
in a
living.
very-
Some of us
we're
have
in
a foot in the
very
grave.
crowded establishment right now, so maybe he won't want
Inside
to be
check,
there.
how curious is she from this now?
Make an insight check, I guess.
12 plus 0. 12.
Sorry.
You're not sure.
I'm not burping on the stream. That's too much.
Thank you.
I'm not sure what you're trying to tempt me with. A good time, or by taking me upstairs, or are you gonna go buy me another drink?
We'll
Wait,
buy
what's
you another
happening?
drink. We'll buy you a bunch of drinks because you're gonna need them.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's this good mesh. We can kill 2 birds with one stone. You can get your first
We're not
girlfriend.
gonna kill
and-
anyone today. Crazy
Hold up a
drunkard.
minute. Why am I not involved in this?
And why you're
No,
not involved in
well-
this? Mesh said that he was gonna take me upstairs and tell me something. That's a euphemism.
and-
Last I checked.
Well, if it helps, it might
I
be
may
more
be
clear
old, but
if
I
he
know what the
shows
cool
you
kids
something.
say. Chalcedony.
Ness is just enjoying
Breker,
this.
I'm just like,
You know,
Ness is just enjoying this.
I used to be
without-
quite the lass in my prime.
He's-
Thank you.
He's gonna show you something. That makes
Yeah,
much
there
more
was-
sense.
no.
I would
You
certainly
should
hope
not
so. You want to see the
It's gonna
goods
be
before
big.
you enact the favor.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Unless you're just
Sorry.
pitiful and you need the dark.
I have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions for Mesh. That's for damn sure.
Cal, you've
No,
already
you
seen
can come
exactly what
upstairs.
Mesh is gonna show Velen.
Everybody
Yeah?
has.
I
have-
don't pretend to understand what you guys are
We
talking
had a-
about.
we
Sorry,
had a
But I
very
have only
serious
the
night.
dirtiest of thoughts right now.
We had a very serious night in Targos.
Very serious?
Wait, is that?
Wait,
Not what you
I'm not
think
one
it
to
is.
kink
I'm
shame,
gonna
but
tell
this
you
is
right
taking
now
a
it's not
turn.
what you think it is. Because once it starts involving me, I'm gonna tell you it's not what you think
Wait.
it is.
I don't remember
Wait.
this at all.
Was
I
this
believe
the
that,
one-
Devii. Oh,
Is that the one I was involved in? I hope
Everybody was
not.
there.
yeah, you were there too, Goldy.
We were all there, and it was not what you think it is.
It definitely can't
He
be
has a
what I
personal
think.
secret.
Remember that.
He doesn't want to do anything euphemism with you.
The best solution to problems.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
he just showed us all his secret.
Hmm.
That's what
Yeah, a
happened.
secret is nothing. That is not the solution. You need water.
Oh,
Mesh,
oh,
I think there's a deeper problem with your psyche that you feel the need to expose yourself like this.
I mean, he exposed me, but
If-
No, he's not like that.
If you feel the need to expose yourself in public, that is a crime of called indecency.
we was in a private room.
We
No,
were
he
private.
didn't do anything. It's not what you think it is.
Wait a minute.
It doesn't matter if he does anything. If he's exposed, it's still
It's
detrimental
not
to someone
exposing
else.
anything.
I
Listen.
remember.
He bared his
We
true
all-
flesh to all of us.
We all liked what we saw. Okay, so it's just fine.
I mean, no offense, really. There's nothing wrong with you, but it's not like I liked it. That sounds like I'm being mean now. Never mind.
You are being mean.
I know. I'm sorry.
Well,
Cool,
if you're
man.
worried about it, I can
You're
guarantee you
okay
that there
with
hasn't
it.
been anything under the sun that I haven't seen as a necromancer, and I've seen worse.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you've seen.
Probably something dead and shriveled is probably the worst I've seen.
I don't get it.
You need.
Oh, I can show you something that's
Well,
definitely
one
not
day,
dead.
Velen, when you see
No.
Mesh's
No.
secret, it will leave you dead and shriveled.
I'm not gonna
too.
like take a diagram or anything.
Okay, now we're getting a little salty with each other, so we need to reel it in and start thinking happy thoughts.
Am I missing
Does anyone
something?
You are.
I noticed a veil of negativity happening around here.
I don't see that in my spell book.
I
It's a mysterious spell.
I thought we were just joking around. I mean, I'm
Okay,
drunk, but
maybe I'm wrong.
We are joking around.
I feel
Okay,
I
okay.
know I can sense the tone.
Well, if you wanted to do
I mean-
2 truths and a lie, I got Aura of Truth, and we can get some real answers.
But that's not how the game works. You're supposed to guess.
I'm with Breker on this one. This seems incredibly annoying to get to the truth.
No, okay, so
I
Just
feel
tell
like
me
we
the
should
truth.
see it in
We're trying to get to know
action.
each other. We don't need to know some lies about you as well. I don't give a shit about that. I'm old as
Let
hell.
us-
I don't have
let
time
us-
for
let-
the
let
lies
us-
part.
I'll give you
Let
like an
us-
easy one for me. Okay, so
Let us
I was born in the Shadowfell.
let us
Well, that's bullshit. No one's born there.
The what?
Oh, that's my lie.
Well, obviously.
Wait. What's the shadow veil?
Oh, I am a Shatterkai. I thought that would be like not full Shatterkai, but got a little bit of that in me. I thought that would be a little sneaky.
Okay, so one line.
Wait. History check. Does Chalcedony
That's a
know
religion
this or
check
not?
for you.
Oh, religion check.
Yep.
Yeah, religion check. Does Chalcedony know this?
Make a religion check, Chalcedony.
Okay.
Is it a religion? Well, I mean, I guess I can see how it is a religion.
Because, yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake.
All they has to do is shadows.
Yeah.
And someone
Well,
falling,
if
maybe?
do you ask me? You can ask me. Well, I was like, I mean, like, I'm a Shatterkai. Like,
I got a 2.
Falling shadows doesn't
Wow.
really make much sense to you.
I mean, like, Shatterkai are from the Shadowfell, so I thought maybe if I said that I'm born there, it would be...
I don't hail from that place. I'm from
I
the
said
Fey world.
Wait, wasn't talking to you. I was trying to do two
Oh,
truths
sorry,
in my life
I
for
thought-
myself.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking to me.
Oh, no. Well, that's mine. Anybody else want to try?
Wait, we only got the lie. What was the other two?
Well, the other one was gonna be I've been sailing on a ship my whole life, and I know how to tattoo. I was gonna give you an easy one.
You are really, really bad.
This game
liar,
is
Devii.
boring.
I didn't think being a Shatterkai, being born in the Shadowfell, would be like drastically not obvious.
This is why I said it was a waste of time. Just tell us the truth.
Well, I was trying to be simple for the first try. I can try to make it harder, I guess.
I don't want the difficulty. I just don't.
See?
Oh my god.
Breker would start casting his aura of truth on the bar table here.
No,
Like,
Wait, no,
cheating.
you're cheating. You can't do
Cheating.
that. That's cheating. Cheater.
Breker would
You're
like
cheater.
go one by one.
Cheater.
for people
Cheater
and
doesn't
be
like cheaters.
Goldie, you have to
Cheater
accept
does not
the
like.
spell.
I do not accept the terms and conditions, you
Why?
fat fuck.
He's
What am I-
fat.
What am I rolling for this?
Okay.
It's either you fail it deliberately or I know you failed.
Felon almost crit.
What
That was so close.
What are we
Which
supposed
is-
to roll?
What is this?
Oh,
It's a
I
whiz
was
save,
doing-
I think.
I was just doing
This-
it I wasn't making it difficult. If you want to not allow the spell to
Oh, okay.
affect you, you
Oh,
can just
okay.
pass out. I just know that you don't let it take hold.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not letting it take
Yeah, I
hold.
rolled high, so I'm not.
Goldie, did you let it take hold?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Take what holes?
Breaker knows.
He knows. His spell. He knows.
That's the
Not
way the
gonna let
spell
you
works.
cheat.
Breaker would kind of look at Devii and Mesh and be like, boring, boring, boring. Goldie.
Cheating is boring. Sorry.
I can't tell everything in public. You know this.
All right, I will
How's
tell
the truth?
you.
Tell everyone.
I will play this game under these conditions.
Alright, you are compelled to tell the truth. You cannot willingly tell a lie. What is your deepest, darkest secret?
You don't. Speaking of which, I think I know how this spell works. You don't actually have to answer him. You can be like, I don't want to say. You just can't lie.
Do not
I
listen
thought.
to the boring.
Wait,
I am not
Wait.
boring. I'm trying to save you. But
is
we already
it
know
not
your deepest, darkest
possible-
secret.
This is a spell about telling the truth. If I believe my lie, does that count as a truth?
That is the truth.
That is the truth, yeah. This is above the board, me answering your question.
Okay. Thank you, Space God.
You're welcome,
Dude.
dumb shit.
Hate that guy.
He's the worst. Who was that guy?
We're just talking to the air. We're like,
Random
So-
ethereal voice of rudeness. My god.
When I was young,
Felon like
I
spits a little
remember
bit of drink.
seeing-
Young.
a spirit on the water. I thought it a siren. I told my father and I left. That's one. My brother tried to steal my first girlfriend away from me. He did this without not realizing it. The
Did
girl
he
said
do
it was fine. Well, it was up to the girl.
I'm sorry, and she'll like give you a pat.
That sounds awful.
forget-
Like he was
don't forget-
successful.
Yeah, but you can't lie, so everything that you're gonna tell us right now is a truth.
Who is the better fisherman? You, your dad, or your brother?
Oh, my father was the best. My father was the best. Oh, I remember I tried to get as many fish as I could. Oh god, the amount of times I fell off the boat. I was so eager.
You like hear the cackling of your brother in the back of your head. Like long memories. Like anytime you fell in the boat, you would always hear him like laughing at you, helping you out.
Fourth one.
Or because there's actually only 3 usually.
No, he'd be
My
like
bro-
third one.
My
He'd be like
This is
third one.
the 5th one.
no,
Skips
no,
the
I
fourth
can
one.
count. I can count this 4.
Yes, that's
Who
correct.
is
My
your favorite member of the group?
no.
Oh, that's spicy. Oh, he said no.
I can tell you the one I hate the most.
Oh.
It's me.
No, don't
so
hate yourself.
Much.
Your favorite member is probably Shine.
Wow.
You know, if my brother was here, oh, you guys would have killed that dragon so quickly. No one would have to die, and things would have been much better.
I think, you know what? I'm gonna try and take the alcohol away from you.
Wow.
I'm gonna replace this
Nope,
alcohol with
that's
some
a no.
copium.
Because I'm really weak, so I'll slap you. No, no,
Shriek.
nope, you're done.
Shriek.
Shriek.
Blackie
Nope,
does the thing.
you've revealed too many like really bad stuff.
Blackie does
right
the
now.
thing. Blackie does
Oh,
the thing.
the tongue thing.
Devii does like prestidigitation, snapping the finger, so it like goes like.
So
It's like shatters light in front of him. It's like stop that now.
out of character, chef, you know that the fourth one, the second half of what I said, is a lie, and I knowingly told it as a truth. That my brother would have helped.
That tracks.
Because now I know what happened. It's like, no, my brother would not have helped. He would have gotten himself
He would have gotten
killed.
himself killed, probably.
Yeah. That is the
At least this is how this is how Goldy would believe it to be true. But you guys know, from your point of view, that when Goldy left, his brother began training. So he might have been able to help you guys in a more practical standpoint. But Goldy believes that his brother would have gotten killed.
Yes. I'll stop drinking.
Yes, thank you.
Someone else
that's-
go.
No one else let the spell take hold.
I can
guess
answer
Cal?
your questions without the spell. I'm
Nope.
willing to talk.
That's boring because you
You're
don't know what the
petty.
questions are.
Just ask me a question. I'll answer it if I want to. I'm pretty much an open book. I don't really have anything to hide.
Somebody
I'll
that
tell
likes
you
to
that.
convert people, you certainly like to force them
Well,
into places.
I'm serious. I don't mind giving you guys info.
The Book of Tears says you should be open at all times.
A
and there should be
realm
no-
of trust, Breker. You
The
cannot build
realm
trust
of
if it's
trust is in
forced,
a
you dumbass.
15-foot circle around me.
You take your circle and you can shove it where the sun don't shine no more, Mr. Tyr. Because I am going to build trust when it's forced.
Breker would kind of like snap and dispel
That's
it.
very true.
Shoving a circle would be hard. There's no pointy bits.
Ask me a question.
Well, it's smooth as lightning.
Double
Devii, why the Raven Queen?
Oh, well, glad you asked. I don't mind answering this question.
This one
Great.
calls fights.
Actually, the Raven Queen means a lot to me because changed pretty much my life around, basically. I mean, I was at the end of my rope. I was ready to end it all. And the Raven Queen led someone to me that saved me from ending my life. And the next day, I was introduced to this wonderful crew of amalgamation of people, but one of the ship's surgeon was a worshiper of the Raven Queen, and he saw kind of how I was and what my circumstance was, so he taught me about her, and he, taught me the ropes of what I know. I can do surgery and medicine because of him, and I can tattoo because of him, and that was all because of the Raven Queen.
To be clear, this person taught you. The Raven Queen did not.
She led me to him. And like I said, there was a
that's
raven.
Debatable, but
a raven led my dearest friend to me. Like, he followed the raven to me. I would have been dead now had it not been for her.
I mean, I believe you, but it could be coincidental.
I mean, I understand that people will say that, but to me, she changed my life in a positive way.
Well, I mean, I've seen the magic you've been able to channel through the holy symbol you carry, so that's quite obvious. I understand this within the religious sects that people can get power from their beliefs, but I don't really believe in that hubbub per se.
That's okay. You don't have to. I'm not going to force you.
I would like to push Devii, like, firmly but strongly.
It's like a sibling just like, shut up.
So, see, I answer questions, so you can ask me a question if you'd like.
Interesting.
I've got a Raven Queen story, too.
You do?
The hell?
That was that,
Sorry. Language.
Vanvalor, you remember, or not Vanvalor, but, before you joined us, Harpel, I had some weird vile creature eating at my insides, and
This is
I
true.
was at death's
That's bizarre.
door, and I had a vision. I saw the light flash before my eyes, and then one of the last moments, the Raven Queen was there, bartering with Tyr, and I came back from that edge, and lo and standing over me was Devii here. And then I do feel our lives are now weirdly intertwined. 'Cause now I've had recurring dreams / nightmares of the Raven Queen.
So why do you fight her?
Well, I believe from the religion, she's meant to be the gatekeeper and the guide. So she's not really a major deity, but
Exactly.
it seems that she was maybe having a conversation with Tyr to explain to him something in your vision, but I don't really know the significance of this. That's up for the religious people to figure out.
Why's my boy here? Send him back, says Tyr.
I'm more interested in this vile creature that was in your insides, but maybe for another day. Especially if it's past.
It came out.
Yeah, what
It was like injected into you, wasn't it? You got attacked by something and it.
Yeah,
The wound wouldn't
creature.
heal.
There was some lizard creatures we got
It
attacked
was like a fish
down south.
inside him.
The
It's
fish.
like a parasitic organism.
Yeah, a parasitic fish.
You could say that he was impregnated.
And he was completely convinced that I didn't know anything about medicine. I mean, do you know anybody who's seen a fish in somebody's stomach?
You certainly didn't help for the first couple times.
That is true. You've seen a fish in somebody's stomach?
I come from a long line of fishermen. You see all kinds of stuff with fish.
Okay.
I will say the Moon Queen didn't help you for shit until I was dead, and then
Who's the
she seemed
Moon
to step in a little bit.
I think he means the Raven Queen.
What did I say?
You said the Moon Queen.
Same thing.
You're very smart.
I'm pretty sure the Moon Weaver wouldn't be very happy with you for that, but.
Does the Raven Queen have a transportation sequence as well?
You see Velen pull out a small, like, pad of paper, or maybe
Well, you've seen me
something
turn into more or less a
similar
banshee.
to her spellbook or something, and like grab a quill and jot something down. And then close her book and put it away.
What's over there? What's going on?
Are you gonna study this thing? It would be really helpful if you could give us some info on it later on down the
I have a
line.
hunch as to what it might be, but it's too inconsequential. Having not seen the thing itself or been able to examine.
Breker would kind of pull down his like collar on his jacket and be like, "Does the like 3-foot long scar down my neck help at all?"
Unfortunately, no. It's just the description of your injury and circumstances seem a bit coincidental, but it could have been a number of things.
It had like arms when it came out. Like it was a fish in his stomach, but then it came out and it was like this weird, creepy.
You see her open her book and take her quill and go and cross something out. Close the book again, put it back away.
That's not what you thought it was it?
It was a vile
Maybe-
that you didn't
maybe-
see.
It's like a reverse mermaid thing.
How does that even
Oh,
She just blinks at you.
What, you mean the top half is a fish and the bottom half is...
I
A
may have got
human?
confused. Maybe it was a mermaid.
Well, I don't really think it's some bad food
Oh.
at the very
I mean,
least.
if you think about it, it makes sense, a lot more sense if a mermaid, if the top half is a fish and the bottom half is
Let me
legs.
ask you
no,
something,
it's really
Breker.
hard to propel yourself, right?
Let me ask you something, Breker.
That's not what I was thinking of. I was
Was it
thinking,
trying to...
I mean, how did
This
they
may be a
reproduce?
different question.
Are they egg?
Was it
Same way as
inside of
fish.
your stomach or inside of your insides?
Just don't see how you
believe
can
it
have
was
sex
just
with a mermaid.
swimming
That's all I'm
around the
saying.
entire body. It
I don't
would
think Breker
appear
even
and
can.
I stabbed at it a few times and it would relocate. It was definitely outside of the stomach.
She goes towards another area and crosses two things off now. Well,
But speaking of the Spider Queen, what does the Spider Queen want you doing?
that's
Here.
Lolth.
I don't know because
Lolth is an
I'm
evil
very against the
deity.
Spider Queen.
What did I say? There's the Moon Queen.
What's this?
Do you-
What's
I'm
the
sorry.
I
Listen,
know
if
who
you
you're
want people
talking
to
about.
respect your
What did
deity,
you
you better
want me
start
to
respecting
do?
the others.
Breaker,
That's
why
fine.
do you know
Sorry.
so many queens?
The
What
dark,
is this?
spooky Queen of weird shadows and
Of
illusions.
fate.
Well, at least it's
Of one
close.
fate.
And another one?
Yes, basically,
like the sound of
we
the
are
spider.
her,
Spider
for lack of a
Queen?
word, ambassador or representative in the time between life and death when someone's fate needs to be guided in the proper direction. We are here to kind of assist them in going to their, location or to bring them back if it is not their time.
From memory, the Raven Queen is also very adept at choosing people
Yes.
that are very rare that follow her. And those people generally are strangely about choice
Yes. This is very true.
for whatever reason.
Oh, isn't choice good?
So Devii, why were you chosen?
I don't know. You have to ask the Raven Queen that. I can't give you that reason.
You haven't asked?
No. I guess
That
I
seems
just
like a
never...
pretty good thing to ask.
I don't really want to ask, Like, I don't want to know why. I just want to be.
I happen to know Tyr would tell you, but weird, spooky, dark lady, I guess she keeps her cards close to the chest.
It's not spooky.
You cast
weird.
Misty Step and your eyes bleed when you cast spells. Spooky.
You do. I'm just kidding, I know. They didn't used to, by the way. It wasn't until the ship stunk. The ship sunk.
Well, Mesh and Chalcedony have been quite quiet. What the fuck is up with that?
Why are you quiet?
Oh, sorry,
I got-
nothing.
I can give you something. 2 truths and a lie.
Let's do it.
How about 3 truths and then we can just cut to the chase?
No, it's not a game that way.
It's not supposed to be a game. We're supposed to get to know each
You're
other.
old.
And what better way than coming
Exactly.
through
I'm
a
glad you could
game?
understand the truth of the situation, Devii. Well done. This is why we get along so well.
Go on, Meshadieme. What
Okay,
are
we're
your
listening.
words?
First, under 10 people know the truth about me, and most of them are in this room.
Boop, boop.
Second, I was weirdly, when I was in, what's her name again? Was it Lucy? When I turned into Lucy?
Oh,
And-
back at
and-
the
murder case. Was
I
it
know who
Lucy?
you're talking about. I don't think it was Lucy, but I can't think of the name.
Cindy.
Cindy, that's it.
Yeah.
So when I turned into Cindy, I was weirdly attracted to Cal.
Cal sits up.
Third. Ah, shit, I forgot what I was thinking. One sec.
Well, then there's probably the second.
That is the.
That's the truth. So it's got to be the second one.
Mesh.
Let him give us.
Mesh, are you trying to lead them to a reasonable conclusion?
Give him a moment, or
are you reasonably trying to deceive them?
No. This
Okay.
is a reasonable one.
Because I rolled insight just beforehand, just to be safe. I think Velen knows which one is the truth.
Wait, what was the third one?
He hasn't
He didn't
given us
give
a
it.
third one.
He said he
What's
forgot.
that?
Alright.
Shit.
I'm gonna say the second one is the lie.
I mean, we can come back to it. Sorry.
Well, I don't really know anything now, so that's kind of just.
The second one has to be a lie because everyone knows Mesh is constantly attracted to Chalcedony. That never changed.
That's what I was thinking. And she just kind of
It
like
must have
looks
been that
around.
night.
Do you have a third one? We won't keep you from it if you want to give us a third one.
If Cal wants to go ahead, go. I need to remember what I was thinking at that time. I thought this like at the very beginning when we started, then I forgot now.
Play with shine.
You wanna go for it, Cal?
Two truths and a lie, you say?
Put a third one in there.
Okay.
Take it up.
So here we go. So the first is that I have never been in love. The second is that I have had sex with at least one willing creature of every species, humanoid and fae, in the Fae world. The third is that I was an idiot and let the love of my life slip through my hands.
The middle one.
I was
Kinda sit
inclined
back
to
and be
say-
like, oh fuck.
Yeah. I was inclined to say number. I think
For-
number one is your lie.
For the one to be true or a lie, the second must apply to the third one, which means the
We know the second one is true.
is true. The other two are not. How
Is it two truths and a lie, or is it one lie and two truths?
Two truths and one
Two
lie.
truths and a lie.
Yeah, I think your lie is number one.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry. It is
It is
two truths
statistically
and one lie.
improbable that the
something
second
about it.
one is accurate, but knowing you for a few weeks, it might be possible.
But hold on, Goldy was onto something there though. If one is a lie that she's never been in love, 3 has to also be a lie because she let her love of her life slip away.
It could
Yeah,
mean that they
connect-
never made the connection in the first place, however.
Wait, what? If you've never been in love, then and it's a lie, that means that she has been in love. Which would mean
We-
that she let her love.
It's
slip
either
away.
or. It's first or third.
Yes, exactly.
Cal, end our misery.
You're very drunk. What? Okay, so so your guess is you don't know, Breker. What is your guess, Devii?
Number one.
Number one, Belen.
The romantic one inside of me thinks that the first one is true.
Yeah, I originally thought it was true, but then I heard the last one and it sounded.
So you thought the first one is true. Which one do you think is the lie?
No, the first one is the lie.
Oh, you think the first one is the
No,
lie?
I think the third one's
You
the
think
lie.
the third one's a lie? Yeah, we're
Mhm.
opposite.
I agree with William.
I believe
Okay,
the
you think
second one
the
is a
third
lie.
I think that because
You
you've
think the
never
second one's a
experienced love,
lie?
you act the way you do.
You know what the second one
think-
is?
The second one is a lie. I just feel it. I feel like you didn't quite get around to everyone.
Cal,
But
you
I
will
also
never
believe
felt
your
the true
heart
love
is
of
tender.
Tyr.
Was
the
a
things called love.
fairy. You've just never been with a pixie.
Sorry, I didn't hear
Because
what
they're
Breker.
similar.
Breker would just be, it's number one, you've never felt the true love of Tyr.
That poor fairy.
Anyways, what's the answer?
That wasn't one of my that wasn't one of my lies. Okay.
He at least is
What's
thinking
that?
outside of the box. You have to give him some credit.
So the lie is actually number one.
Yes! I mean, also not yes, because that sounds really sad.
Wait,
It is
but
what
if
it
you
is.
let the love of your life leave, doesn't that mean that you have in fact been in love?
Yeah. Yes.
And that's a
why
lie.
the first one's a lie, Goldie.
Exactly.
I see my
Yes,
yeah, it
mistake
was-
now.
It can't
But you
be
thought number
three,
two was
though.
a lie, so
Yeah, you said number two.
I mean, there's just so much to go through.
There were so many
Mike,
options.
I mean, that's very true. But once you've been with a centaur,
your love.
with a centaur,
That's
everyone else is
literally the point we made, Goldy.
Listen, I get it. I'm drunk, all right? Just let me Jesus. Anyway.
Okay,
willing
my
to share
third,
it all.
my third one.
Third one, yes.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
yes, Mesh.
Oh, we're still
My
playing
third
with you.
one.
Oh, okay.
I already,
What was the third one?
Oh, right.
I'm already following a deity.
What was the
So what was
first
the
one
first
again?
two again?
That one is oddly too
Yes.
specific to be a lie.
Yes.
The first,
So,
what was the first one?
First one was 10 people know my thing.
Okay.
Second one was when I shifted into what's her name? I was attracted
This
to
Cindy person?
Cindy.
Now, I have
Okay,
a
number two.
qualifying
Oh
question.
yeah, how could I
Just
forget
to be
that?
clear, what does shifting mean?
You'll
Does that
find out
mean
when
like
we go
you
upstairs.
phase through a wall to become something? Does that mean
You'll find out when we go upstairs.
I suggest
What the hell
you
is
prepare
upstairs?
It has to do with his
What
other
did you
friend
do to
named
my
Mesh.
room?
I'm not going to be next door to you, by the way.
Anyways.
I don't want to hear that.
Tell us what the answer is.
Well, I mean, you know, I can accompany you and make
Listen,
sure
I
that
don't know
nothing
what's going
untoward
on.
happens.
2 is the lie.
Yeah, that's
And then
what
the
I
Well-
first one said that you already worship a deity. So
Is it 2?
The specific words were I still worship a deity.
still worship a deity, implying that you
Ooh.
worshipped one before.
Well, I don't have any context for that, so I'm gonna say
animals count?
two still. Animals aren't
Sorry?
deities.
It's all right. No, I'm not talking about the deity, idiot. I'm talking about the people. Because it's a vague statement. Are you just referring to animals? You have a lot of dogs.
No, it's people,
1, 2, 3.
People.
Humanoids.
humanoids.
I am not a humanoid, by the way.
Oh.
Yes, you
You
are.
are. You are human-esque.
I am. I am.
Do you have 2 legs and 2 arms?
I'm a
You
creature
have a
of
human
the air.
face.
I am not a humanoid, and I do not have a human face.
Do you have
you
2
have a
legs and
human
2
face?
arms?
Listen,
Say
you
so,
can
Faye.
you can
You-
believe
you-
whatever
you're
the hell you
humanoid.
want, Chalcedony, but in the terms of magic, you are a goddamn humanoid, and you best get used to it.
I'm not a humanoid for the last time.
You're being childish. Oh my goodness.
I just realized what this argument is. That's quite funny.
You're either a
All right.
humanoid
What's your-
and
or...
them. That's, I think, what that is.
Oh, I always thought of it like race, but I guess that makes sense.
So what's
No, a
everybody's
humanoid
guesses?
is something that is the shape and texture within the magical practitioners being able to
Similar
target
to-
something. That's a human.
An orc
Well,
is a
you
humanoid.
Your
A
own
goblin is a humanoid.
made up categories if you want, Velen. Okay? But
Listen,
Mate,
just
I-
because you're not an uneducated idiot doesn't make me an idiot too. Okay.
you're the one who's not educated about the Feywild.
Was that correct? Number 2 is the lie?
Everybody give your guesses?
Oh, wait, my guess. Okay, so the.
There's 2, 2.
2. It's gotta be the
2.
deity one.
I think the third one is the lie. The second one's definitely can't be a
Everyone
lie.
has somebody that they want to answer for death, so it's
Well,
probably
then-
the second one. I don't know.
That is right.
The shifting
The
thing
third is
sounds
right.
weird.
Number 3.
I
That is
knew
right.
How I feel
I
that
knew
way.
it.
Only when you were
Chalcedony.
Cindy,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you're not Cindy
Wait,
anymore.
you still follow a deity was the
So-
lie?
Who's the deity?
Yep.
Wait, so that
Oh,
I don't know if
well,
I can ask this question.
I don't know what this
right
shifting
now.
business.
Mesh, may I ask you a question, or should I
Definitely
leave it for
something
another
like that
time?
shifting.
We could whisper it, I guess. If it's like too specific.
I'm gonna whisper it to Mesh. Are your emotions yours right now? Or is it that of Mesh?
Yeah, mine.
But how can you tell?
Because I know what he would think in most situations.
So it's a choice. You chose to be attracted to Chalcedony in that moment, huh?
I believe it's probably more about physical compatibility also. And there's a little bit of everything in there.
I can see that. Also, I can see the wheels turning very hard in your brain.
I'm going to get another drink because there's a lot of things that don't make sense at this table, namely the fact of humanoids being mentioned and then shifting with no contact. I'm just going to get a drink.
Then you can have a nice night. A very nice
Absolutely
night.
not.
No! Breker, you haven't done 2 truths and a lie yet.
Ooh, this is true.
He's a servant of Tia. He doesn't know how to lie. Don't you know? Let me get a drink.
How about 2 truths and a joke?
2 truths and a lie that
joke
don't
is a
involve
good one.
tear. That's your challenge.
And a falsehood.
Truths and a
How
lie
about-
game.
How about
Challenge
this?
is-
A
No,
truth,
Goldy,
a
shush.
joke,
Goldy,
and
shush.
reveal.
I was talking. Your challenge is to make 2 truths and a lie, and none of them involve tear, because we know so much about tear.
that's
We don't know anything about the actual Breker, about you. So enlighten us. We want to get to know you, not your deity that you worship.
He's thinking. What side?
I'm sorry, Goldy. I had to interrupt you.
No, it's all good.
I have got 2 good ones. Let me think of a third. And I'm not making them about tier. that's part of the package deal.
Okay, fine. Well, as long as he's participating, let's be happy.
Okay,
Wait,
well,
did
Al
Velen
just
go?
rolls his eyes.
I don't know. Did Velen go?
She
Not
went to get
yet.
a drink.
Yeah, she's.
Did I miss
she's-
anything? Didn't we learn about the glory of Tyr or the incompatibility of lies or some other esoteric strange thing about tattoos that I missed?
We're about to
We know
hear.
too much about the glory of-
No? Well. Cheers.
Velen, did you?
She
did
like
you
clinks
have
a
go?
glass to Cal's glass that's already on the table, like without even letting him pick it up. Just like, tink, there we go. Down she toesies. Ooh, that's strong. Good thing you guys helped out that good meat and adds that little bit of sweetness. Otherwise, I'd be dead on the floor.
What are you drinking, Velen?
Scotch.
Oh, neat. You're drinking neat scotch. Oh my lord.
It's a little strange. Local delicacy, I guess. Ooh.
You just do cross-eye.
Yeah, she did.
I saw that.
Did you? I'm glad somebody caught that because I did do that.
That was good.
I have a good one for you, my friends.
Oh, let's hear it.
Number 1, I've been a steadfast follower of Tyr my entire
Oh,
life.
my
and I've
God.
never wavered from the path. Number 2, in line with that, I have never ended the life of a creature as a Justicar of Tyr that did not deserve it. And number 3, as a judge of Tyr, I have never sentenced anyone to a punishment that was not fitting of the crime.
Second
Okay,
one's a lie.
well, number
First one's
one's
a
a
lie.
lie. The first
Second
one.
I
The first
do
one's
feel
a
that
lie.
you have regret in your eyes, sir. You probably have.
Oh, do
killed-
I?
I think the first one's a lie because I don't think you've been a follower of Tyr for your entire life. I think you came to Tyr.
I mean, you know,
Later,
when you're 10 months old, I don't think you were following here.
Well, I mean, as a
Time.
an age where you could consent to such a thing. That's what
I'm gonna say it's the second one. Because when you were a child, you could have killed a bug or something. You've taken a life.
I think he was referring
You
to
did say
like
creature.
it's a creature. So okay, it's a creature.
I'll clarify. Number 2 will be a sentient being. I've killed
Okay.
some mosquitoes in my time. Arguably, they deserve it, but maybe that June bug, whatever.
Yeah, I'll drink to that.
Okay. May I be so bold in suggesting that perhaps you became a follower of Tyr because you killed someone who didn't deserve it?
That is not the case.
Mm.
All right.
I believe that you
Final
falsely.
answers?
Oh, you know what? I gave you guys some easy ones. So I will give you some hard ones. Just to... Okay, so, first one.
Wait, he hasn't done his one.
He hasn't
Did
fucking
finish it?
finished yet, Devii. Chill the hell out.
I zoned out so bad. I'm so
Give me back
sorry.
my drink! You had too
Continue.
much!
We don't give a shit about you right now. This is Breker's spotlight.
Sorry, I thought he
You had
finished.
too much!
Hold on, guys.
He didn't
If,
tell
she-
us
if she's that into it, let her have her moment. These are
no,
better be good, and you set a high bar.
No, go for it, go for it. I'll do mine afterwards. Since I did an easy one, I'll do a hard one after you're done.
Okay, so you said you've followed Tyr your whole life without wavering. You've never murdered something, and you've rightfully
Didn't deserve
distributed
it.
justice, more or less, to every creature that's deserved it. I think that one's the lie.
the third one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say third.
That
I
is
think it's
way
a-
too much ethics to go into every
Pretty
decision that you've made for you to not falsely mess up at least one time. That's absurd. You could adhere to tenets and bend and twist your ethics the way you need them to be, but to falsely hurt or judge something is a very entirely different issue. In
Yeah,
which the
judging-
case you can make a decision in the moment and it'd be correct, and afterwards be a mistake that you can learn from, because if you've made mistakes, that means that you're progressing as a humanitarian.
Interesting.
And as a necromancer, I'm all about humanitarian efforts.
Everyone,
And she
everyone
cracks
got their
her
answers in?
arthritis-ridden knuckles.
Aha! Ow, 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 ow!
Might snow tomorrow. My hip's out of place.
What have you been doing about that?
Mesh.
Third.
What? Okay.
First one's far too simple, in my estimation.
Well, I will tell you, I've been a follower of Tyr my whole life, and I've never wavered once. And I've never sentenced anyone to a punishment that was not deserved.
So the third one's a lie?
Velen
Number
finishes her drink.
Right? Number
No,
two.
it is the lie was I've never ended the life of a creature that did not deserve it.
Alright, go on then. Who was it?
You
What
ended the
was it?
life
What
of
happened?
someone that didn't.
I knew it. I saw it in your eyes. When we fight, there is always this hindrance of guilt. You know why? Because I see it in the mirror every goddamn day.
Did you give me back your alcohol?
Oh shit, we're getting deep.
Drunk enough to share those details with you. Devii, let's hear
Yes?
yours.
How
Okay, so
can I try and handle
wait. I have to know who was it.
I have many questions. I still want to know who Cal's
Several
lover
questions. First of all, how dare you?
Was. Okay, so here are my simple ones. You won't need any questions, and then we can talk.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one. I can't tie a knot to save my life, even though I've been on ships all my life. I've never had sex. I hate cooking.
Who?
Do you really hate cooking? That's what she just says.
Really?
That's for you
That's
to
all she
guess.
says.
As I kind of look over at Devii and like, I imagine that she's got her like teapot off to the side and like steeping in like a bunch of different teas and cups out, and it's just like.
That is not cooking, by the way. That is tea.
Maybe-
Cooking
maybe-
food and making tea is
May-
different. I will say that.
I think
mean-
you don't like sexy time with knots while eating.
That's exactly right.
Cooking. Oh, cooking.
I'm not into that kind of stuff.
I don't know. This is, I must admit, the strangest.
Well, I figured I'd try to make it harder.
Okay, well, I've never seen Devii tie a knot. I've never seen her have sex, and I've never seen her cook. So
I feel like
Well,
you can
that's-
fix one of
Didn't
those.
Didn't you guys
three things.
make
I
stew
really
with
narrow
that
it
cauldron?
That doesn't
Chalcedony,
count.
does that count?
That's not cooking.
but she didn't say whether she has cooked or not. She
She said if
I
she
hate
enjoys it.
cooking.
That's right. That's
said I
right,
hate
Chalcedony.
whether she enjoys it or not. We don't know that.
Cal, I
Mm.
feel
I mean,
like
I
you can
personally know
fix-
whether someone enjoys something, but most people don't.
Cal, I feel like you can fix one of these things right now. You can teach her how to make a knot.
Ah.
You know, you put the cherry in the mouth and then you spit it back out, right?
Kind of not. I mean, with rope.
That would probably fix two things.
Do you have some twine?
I was going for the innocent
That-
mesh.
I'm not going to demonstrate for you which one is my truth or a lie. You have to guess.
I just question why anyone hates cooking. It's such a therapeutic
Some
practice.
people do.
Anyways, that's my vote. I
I
think you hate
think it's
cooking
the
because
knot.
I don't like it either.
It's not.
I don't mind
Because-
cooking. I didn't see hate in Devi's eyes when she was helping with the cauldron.
Okay, maybe hate's a strong word. I dislike. Is that better?
You can't alternate what you said.
Well, I mean, like, it
Yeah.
depends on how I
No,
meant
no,
hate
no,
as in
no,
I
no, no, no.
dislike it, not
You're
like
not
I
getting around this
loathe it.
hatred. Not today.
Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah, you can't change it.
Okay, I'll change it then. Yeah,
I think it's the
I'm
knot.
gonna say it's number 2.
It's
number
definitely
2.
two.
It's a lie. Okay.
I think it's the cooking.
Oh, no.
Because I've
cooking
I've
one?
seen you stitch people up. I think.
Yes,
Was
if you
that
want to
just-
give stitches, you need to be able to tie a
Oh.
knot. That's for sure.
What do you mean by stitch people up?
Like
She's a medic.
with a wound.
She has to be able to tie a knot. It's in the
Well,
job description.
Yeah, but she said,
You guys are
but, like,
digging too deep into this stuff.
but when you- when you-
Well, maybe you just give us a
Listen,
very
I'm
good
not
answer now, did you?
supposed
Hmm?
I don't mean with a thread. I mean like a sailor's knot and like islands
Okay.
tying ropes and
Well,
stuff.
you shouldn't have made it as
There's many,
general
many
as you did now, did you?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Breker,
Dude,
I
you're-
haven't had extensive experience on boats like Devii has, but I can say this, that tying a knot around a pier or on a boat is very different than tying a wound up or whatever.
Yeah, you can't use a normal knot. You have to use special knots.
Maybe Devii was a part of the Elf
Yeah.
So
Scouts.
this is specifically she cannot tie nautical knots.
Nautical knots, yes.
She
I
can
cannot
not-
tie nautical
not-
knots,
Not
and I
tie a knot.
dislike cooking, and I've never had
Nautical
sex.
She cannot tie a
Nautical
knot, not
knots.
tie. A knot, not.
Not, I took it back, by the way. Not a knot.
Another knot. Anyways, because she's being so obvious about this
don't
knot
know.
tying business, I bet she can't tie any knots on
Maybe
the
I'm wrong.
knots.
Maybe
I believe she hasn't. I believe
Maybe-
she hasn't.
That's all the
maybe
hubbub.
Devi's an experienced woman. I don't know.
You can still have sex if you experienced a woman.
I said maybe you are an experienced woman.
Oh, okay, sorry. I misunderstood what you said.
That was the worst.
All right,
form of
when are we
hitting
getting the
I saw.
answers? Is
Drink.
this a game show?
Have you guys guessed? You're number
I
one.
Sure.
Number
hate
two.
You're throwing me for a look. I thought it was number 2, but you know, you're so secretive. It's hard to tell.
I'm secretive. I just said I was an open book. You're number 3.
I don't believe a person who has lived a long life as yours has not experienced the wonders of
Glory.
people. Glory. Okay, that's not what I would have thought.
Sorry. I might have spoke out of turn or it might have been the alcohol. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna change it to number 1. I think number 1 is the lie.
Fine enough.
Glory.
Yeah,
Alright, so
Maybe I
I'll
was
give
inspired
you
by the glory of
the
Tia.
answer.
Mm.
I'll give you the answer.
What's Goldy giggling at?
Number 3 is the lie. I actually really love cooking and I love baking, especially.
Oh.
Breker got it.
Dang, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
So you do glory.
I do glory. No, I've never had sex. That's a truth.
I'm
Oh,
more drinking.
Valen's just like staring at the dregs of her alcohol. It's like, wow, that one really fucked me up and I didn't see it coming.
Let me have some more.
No, Goldy, you get too dark when you're drinking. Let me.
My first instinct is this alcohol is throwing me off. I'm too drunk for this.
This is a bad game to play when people are drinking. No, that's not usually the case. We do this all the time, like on the ships and stuff. For some reason, you guys can't.
Velen, have you done yours? I don't.
If you can help us with knots, then yeah.
No, I can't tie knots to save my
How's winking?
Nautical knots.
The truth is that you can't.
If I haven't had sex,
throw
then
knots.
I can't tie knots. I can't tie knots in sex either.
Now everybody's quiet.
Cal's really confused.
I didn't hear what.
He's like looking up and like really his face is screwed up, kind of like what?
All right. So is anyone left?
And then covers it.
I do.
What?
Alice, 2 truths and 1 lie.
What if I just tell you the truth?
Then I want to find out about your lover.
And I hope your lies are not about like counting all this.
I want to know about the person that was killed.
Yes, me too.
I'm curious. We have discovered wonderful stuff. I feel kind of bad of just not giving you new stuff. Maybe I should have.
All right.
Maybe I should. Oh, I stare at Devii because I there's something I told you. Just like I can tell him that.
If you're okay with that.
No, you're just gonna wait. Am I going or is Goldy going?
No, you
Goldie already went, but he can go.
No,
oh wait, no, you didn't go.
I have a light bulb moment. Please go.
By no means am I a part of this group in the strictest sense of an whatever. You can go, Goldy.
With us.
You travel. You fought dragons. That you sterned away Chalcedony's glorious
advancements.
That's a matter of common decency, to be fair.
Velen did not turn me down, okay? When did that happen?
That's very true as well.
All right.
We've just been entertaining this from a surface level for a while. If you don't, wow, that is some very interesting Scotch whiskey. What is it that I was drinking again? She like looks down at the cup. Oh man. Ooh, seem to have lost my sense of reason.
You have like the alcohol that I took away from Goldy. You've been drinking that.
She like just took it, like you said it next to her. She just like starts pouring it and sets it back down, and Goldy picks it up and it's empty. Like, what the hell? There's nothing in here.
Drink water.
All right.
I'll be right back.
No.
All right. I'll give you 3 things. The first.
Yes.
I'm not sure which is more scary. The Ice Maiden or what we're going to find in that city. The second. I really don't like Professor Scant. And third. What is my third fact? Or lie, rather.
Give it away, why don't you? Getting another drink.
Nope, you're not. She'll just like put like some tea or coffee. Like, here, tea. It has honey in it. It tastes delicious. You'll like it.
I do like tea.
Yes, drink it.
I don't think tea and mead go very well together.
Actually,
I don't think so either, but it's.
Let me react sipping.
I like that you always have a tea kettle handy though, Devii.
I need to have like a wrist pocket where I just like bring it.
How are you heating it up with precipitation or whatever it's called?
I suppose I would, yeah.
Oh my god, you can throw the saucers like fucking ninja stars. Just have like,
oh yeah.
I think that my last truth/lie could be. I believe that my biggest regret is just being born into the wrong family.
Number 2 is the lie.
Number 2. Because how could anyone not love Professor Scant? He's so fucking snarky that it's charming.
I believe number 1 is the lie. You've probably done extensive research about what is down there, and you know full well that Ice Maiden is probably the most dangerous thing here. The most dangerous entity that we could possibly face.
Interesting hypothesis.
No, I think a follower of Tyr is a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, she loves Professor Scant. Exactly, Don Dutchman. Exactly.
He gets on my nerves quite often, though, you do have to say.
Oh, is this like
you love him?
Is this like a tsundere situation?
What was your exact wording on the second one?
I really don't like Professor Scant.
Don't like. Alright.
Oh, I see. Ooh.
It's not hate. It's not can't stand.
I'm staying with the first one.
Don't like.
Yeah, I think 2's the lie.
Yeah, I think it's 2.
So pretty unanimous on 2, except for Goldy. Is that correct?
I think number 3.
You heard something in her voice?
Well, the rationale being here that one of the reasons Velen's own Stark is so finely tuned is because she goes toe-to-toe with Scant all the time. I imagine on your journeys you had plenty of time to form a mutual hateful bond, but still a positive bond nonetheless. And I believe you don't know what's scarier, the Ice Maiden or the city, because we don't know very much about what we're going to find in either of those places. So by elimination...
Actually, your second point would make 2 the false one.
He said the third one is false, that my biggest regret is being born into the wrong family.
His clarification for not picking 2 was opposite.
How?
No, it wasn't.
He was saying that I could still not like something and enjoy its being around.
Yeah, that would mean you do like him.
No, it doesn't.
Not necessarily.
You don't have to like your brothers and your sisters, but you're stuck with them.
Vela likes Scant.
Here they are.
Is that it then?
Breker is correct.
A-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Wow.
G-O-L.
I totally thought you didn't like your family, so that's why I assumed that number 2 is the lie.
That spells Goldy.
Well, being born into the wrong family isn't something that you can necessarily regret in biological fallacy.
Drunk. Good lord.
You are logical, so that makes sense.
This isn't my first language, so I don't know. I fucking know.
Oh, so what is it then? What is the correct lie?
Oh, do I have to correct the lie? Is that part of the game now?
Huzzah, that's not what I meant.
I'll tell you anyways. I wouldn't have any connections to the Brotherhood if it weren't for my family. As shitty as they are, and as bad as the reputation that they have, at least I have the opportunity to correct it.
Right, so at least I sense the animosity properly.
Yeah, well, that's what makes it a good lie.
Well, the Brotherhood...
There's always an ounce of truth.
You're not saying they're your family, you're saying that the Harpels are your family, right?
That's right. But the Harpels, and the recognition they had, whether for good or for bad, that's what made me a wizard.
Door with the Brotherhood.
What's that?
Wait, so which one is the lie? I'm confused.
What's that, Breker?
You were just saying that the Harpels were your foot in the door to get in with the Brotherhood.
That's right. The connections, the history of experimentation and wizardry is what got me in the door. And now I can do whatever the fuck I please. And
Okay.
instead of going into the realms of enchantment and manipulation of substances and transmutation, I opted for something that my family doesn't do, necromancy. Because at least with the dead, they don't try to resist your experiments. And you can't fuck them up. Because if they don't
That is
move, then it
true.
doesn't work anymore.
That is.
That is true, but some things are still wrong. Everyone knows that.
Let me get you in on a little secret, Chalcedony.
Okay,
Healing magic is necromancy.
Devii,
Sorry
what
about
exactly is
And even Mr. Tyrion missionary over here can't deny it.
I don't know anything about
I don't have a.
magic.
Necromancy has to do with the preservation of life and unlife, the bringing back of the dead, and the reconnections or disintegrations thereof of the spirit and the body. I know my stuff, whether or not it has to do with the same style that Devii or Breker uses. Mine is wizardry. It's not an art. It's not pretty. It's scientific.
Ooh, okay, Goldy, what are your two
So anyways,
lie?
that is the difference. But,
Goldy did his already, didn't he?
well, he wants to do a go again. You know, maybe he's sobered up a bit.
Answering questions.
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
yeah,
I had a naughty spell. I mean, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to just tell you that like a truth that I already told one of our compatriots, and I thought, I know, perhaps I should share.
All right, well, let's off with it then.
Well,
my afternoon nap.
I've noticed a theme here that a lot of us have lost loved ones, and I am no stranger to that. And I'm not referring to my family. You see, one of the greatest tragedies that I incurred was the death of my comrades who were training with me to become part of Kingsguard, who we eventually just became town guardsmen on the wall. And one of them I was very close with. We wanted to be something a bit special, to go to a different lands with our skills and I don't know, raise up the ranks. And anyway, I left my post at one point of an attack by bandits, and it left an opening that got them all killed. It's my greatest shame. And after we fought the dragon, I couldn't help but feel, I don't know, some sort of remembrance to that. Almost like that my mind is trying to forgive me for such a heinous, horrible action of mine. I just thought I'd share, just to, I don't know, show that you guys are not the only ones who have loved and lost. Just know that for some of you, Cal, maybe it's not too late.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know your situation, but let's hope they're still alive.
Well, I, and Cal just stutters. He's not. He's just looking down.
Sorry, I don't mean to impose you like that. I just want to share. I don't know. Maybe it's that dumb alcohol. It's just a good thing you took it.
Goldy.
Yes.
It would only ever be your greatest shame if they are forgotten.
He's right.
Mm.
And you have to think of what they would say to you now, not what you interpret them to say based on how you want to punish yourself, but what they would actually say to you.
Mistakes are a part of trial and error. Trial and error gets you to the solution. To the finish line.
Fear of a dumb dragon destroying your very home is small compared to the guilt you carry with you.
I'll tell you what's small. The pieces of that dragon after you killed it.
I didn't even cheer. I just fell to the ground. Just glad it was dead. Thank you for your kind words.
I still wonder about the dragon too. Did we really win?
I mean, I think Vanvalor said it rightly. Why do I feel like we lost?
We didn't win or lose. We just stopped more hardships.
Yeah, it became
And
a
we did the best
roadblock.
we could, you know.
I don't know about that. Like we were building a community that, you know, got on much better. I feel like we lost so much that we were building that it felt deflating.
Well, yeah. I just mean everybody would have been dead. And that's at least something to take home.
Yeah, you're right.
We
I mean, at
saved
least
a
you
lot
weren't
of
in a
people's
prison for
lives.
this all happening and confined to a few 3 walls of cold steel and then some nice cell bars in the front. That's what I was when you guys were coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I got ambushed by a bunch of Duragar that wanted to destroy 10 towns. I would have just sat by and not been any the wiser while they were building that poor, wretched thing. I don't know what they were planning to do with me. The fact that I was still alive was kind of amazing, to be honest with you. Maybe they were trying to rip my knowledge of the arcane, potentially, of resurrecting things down below. They were doing some rightfully disturbing things to something in one of the other chambers I'm sure you found. But, you know, we have our own plans. And you all did your very best to do whatever it is that you wanted to do. But I get the feeling that Zardarok was at it for far longer. Had lots of things into play. Lots of plans that had been finalized and finished and ready to go before you could even be the wiser of him ready to deploy them.
I mean, we were in the middle of battling them when he released the dragon.
There's too many things for you to have to take responsibility for.
Do you remember that magic user that got away
Magic user?
in the fortress? The one we got hat. We got the hat from.
Yeah.
He's still out there.
What?
Great.
Magic user.
It was it like the second
priest?
commander or the general? Yeah, the priest.
Oh, I figured out he was a devil a long time ago.
Thought that's what it was.
Yes, he was using some ridiculous hat to influence that mastermind, but it didn't really have any pull. He had his own plans for what he wanted to do and manipulation, but Zardarok was going to off him whenever he got the chance. He was way too influenced by the Charlatan itself. Although, I can't help but think, why did the devils want to have something to do with them?
Well,
Why
I
did
guess it's a devil, right?
Why did they want to destroy 10 towns?
Well, weren't devils or
question.
demons
Well,
or
they
the
wanted
same
to-
thing, right? Like,
They were adhering to their leader, and they kept going about this leader they had.
Not talking about Zardarok, talking about why did the devils want?
well, wasn't there like
Yeah.
this Balor thing that was made of Chardolin?
Well,
What?
but there was something else
There was
beyond
like a demon
Zardarok.
thing that.
Yeah, there was something else behind it, like
I don't know. Is there a difference between demons and devils?
Yes.
it was some
There is?
something
Okay,
like
well,
that.
I guess he's a devil and they were demons, so that wouldn't really.
Who was demons? Sorry?
There was like a Balor demon that was a statue that was made of Chardolin.
Was it? Yeah.
Where
wasn't
was
it to do with
this?
something they
It was
worship?
under the
David.
lake, and then
No.
it ended up in.
Part of a ship?
It looked like a part of a ship, yeah. And the white lady, you saw like the white lady or something like that tied to. We didn't
You
see
are
it, but-
pulling at straws for some things, aren't you?
Well,
Wait.
no, we
No.
did see something.
I didn't.
Like
We
that.
did-
it was
we
the
did see a
statue of
ghostly
East Haven
image.
that had
You
a
guys-
ghostly
I-
image of a
yeah.
lady.
Devii was an.
I was the one who saw it.
Oh yeah, Mesh and I didn't see it.
I don't know if any
You
of
was
you
really-
had not just asked me any questions about Shadowland, but Shadowland has nothing to do with devils and demons at all.
Oh.
Why?
It is purely neutral substance made by the Netherese.
But then why does it make someone crazy?
Well, it might have received influence from... Oh, God.
What?
That is where we're going to pick up next week.
Oh. I even thought of 2 more truths and a lie.
Will we find
I
out
really enjoyed that.
the man that was killed by Breker? Will we find out the lost love of Breker? Excuse me,
It was a
I said Breker
woman.
twice. Sorry, of Chalcedony. Will we find out what was going on with Valen?
I'm sure Breker has a
Next
lost
week,
love.
boys and girls. See you then.
All right, guys, I am going to close the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this, and I hope that you enjoyed our little flashback to talking about random things around a dinner table, proverbially, after we killed a couple of carrion crawlers in group. We hope and pray that next week everyone will be able to make it, and that we can explore things for Fish in a Heater, aka Torterra's background. So,
Yeah.
also, I'm kind of thankful that we didn't get to do too much, because there's one particular thing that I really wanted to rewrite that I didn't get to this week. So, I really want to go rewrite a couple other things, but I have the encounters planned and the general narrative set up. I just didn't have the little specific noodle things all set up. So, if you guys wanted to tune in, that'll be same time next week, 7 p.m. Japan Standard. Let me just double check really quickly here in
1 p.m.
our
GMT.
stuff, because I think the GMT stuff doesn't shift until April.
When does the time change?
Tomorrow?
Is it
Daylight
tomorrow?
savings is March 27th for London.
Oh,
Next
is it?
week.
Oh my
Right,
God.
next week.
So
I
next
hate-
week it will be a new
daylight
time for them, and then April 3rd will be a new time for Adelaide, which is where Fish is
It's the
at.
other way around. I hate GMT and I love BST. That's what it is.
So next Sunday is when you guys will have your timetable, so it'll be the day before. It'll be the same time GMT next week. Okay?
Oh,
So
that's
next week is the same time.
The
And then
same
after that
time,
it's
and then the
2
week
p.m.
after.
Woo! 2 p.m. Let's go.
All right. So we'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
It's Saturday yet.